Hello, everyone, and welcome to another thrilling episode of the Days Grimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm.
Thomas Grimm, who's joining us in the studio
Joining
today?
us this week in the Days Grimm studio is no other than Paul Linberg from the Sanctuary on the Hill by Mission First.
What's up, sir?
How's it going, guys?
I'm just alive and thriving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like we're going to talk? So you're a military man, so you understand it. I always tell people when they ask me how I'm doing, or like when I'm having a rough day, like how do you get there? I'm like, dude, honestly, every day after I came back from that place is a win. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever think about it that way?
Yeah.
You could almost it's almost like I could die tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Like every day after is just a win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like a cat on their fourth life.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely get a level of perspective, you know?
Yeah.
You start seeing how other people live and how hard life can be, and you're like, this is not bad.
Yeah, how insignificant you are as a person. Like,
yeah,
dude. So if I'm here, I'm right side of the grass, baby.
That's right.
That's a win.
That's right.
Paul, how are you, sir? You doing okay?
I'm doing well, man.
It's warm up here, so I apologize in advance. We're going to sweat together, dude.
Feels good to me. I'm all right.
Nice, cool 79 degrees, I believe.
Well, you got out later than Brian, so you're probably more accustomed to the heat.
Oh, yeah.
A couple trips to the desert, I believe, right? We were
Yeah.
talking Iraq versus Afghanistan. You did a couple to Afghanistan, and you did do a couple to Iraq?
That's right. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
I was going to say, what about for the conspiracy theorists out there? Were you doing any archaeological digging or anything like that? Have you seen some of that?
No.
What do you think when you see that pop up on your feed? Does that pop up on your feed?
No, thankfully. And now it
We're in
probably
different
will.
feeds,
but
yeah.
now it probably will. I didn't even know that was a thing. So.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
they
dead.
think that like the tomb of Gilgamesh is like in the Afghanistan or Iran, and then like in 2003 when we invaded.
That's a character from the Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
Close
I
enough.
think so. Yeah.
Well, damn, dude. Welcome to our really hot studio, man. I'm really pumped to have you. I always enjoy a military guest. I'm a big fan, supporting the veterans, as we're going to learn today. So are you. You go out of your way above and beyond to help people out, and that's great.
But before we get into that, we should probably go to like where it all started. Like, are you from Evansville? Were you born here?
Yep. Born and raised, East Side.
Hell yeah. Ooh,
Shout out.
Which
Shout
high school?
out.
Yikes.
Memorial.
Yikes.
Shout out to the to the cake eaters out there.
Nice, dude. Memorial Panthers?
Tigers.
Close enough.
on, man.
Both cats.
Yeah.
Both cats.
Yeah,
No, they just went to state.
Both have rights in the name, right?
Yeah, I think so.
they do.
Memorial
Oh,
Rights
yeah.
High School. They just went to state like a few years ago, if I'm not
They
mistaken.
go to
for football.
state quite a bit.
Yeah, they've got a good football
the
program.
Soccer team, lacrosse,
Hell yeah, brother.
Speaking of sports, do you play sport? Like, what's like growing up?
Yeah, so I grew up playing all the sports.
Like Little League and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that?
I played baseball year round most of my life.
Hell yeah.
Wrestled, played football. Got to Memorial, was playing freshman baseball, and then that summer I was playing for Newburgh Junior Legion, and I injured my eye at a practice.
What?
And,
Playing baseball?
Yeah, I was wearing contacts, and I slid in, and I got dirt in my eyes, and I ripped it out real quick, and didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
And next morning, it was hurting really bad, and I
Youch.
could barely see out of it. And they were like, "Hey," we went to the ER, and they said, "Hey, just put this gel on there and put a patch on it, and you'll be
Solution.
fine." Did that. Next day, I couldn't see out of it, and it hurt way worse.
Oh, shit.
And went back to the ER to a different doctor, and he said, basically keep doing the same thing. And it was what had happened.
And you're how old?
I was 16.
And you're like, fuck, I'm going to be blind forever.
Right.
Yeah.
I just got my license. Now I can't drive.
Yeah.
That's a tough break. So what happens? What winds up giving?
It got a there was an infection, and it developed an ulcer on my eye. So I mean, imagine all the white part of my eye was blood red, and all the brown was white, and it looked like a snot on top of it.
How hard did your recruiter have to work to hide that?
Oh yeah, yeah. He had to work a lot. I mean, people are like, "How'd you even get in the military?" I mean, my vision now is still probably I think it's 2200 in my right eye.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's terrible.
I don't know numbers.
2020 is perfect.
Yeah.
So
What's
anything
2200?
higher is bad.
Oh, it's just bad.
Yeah.
It's just
Usually
bad.
people who need glasses, it's like 20/40, 20/60, 20/80, and I'm like 2200. So
like 20-200.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
picturing like 2,200 in my head for whatever
Oh,
reason.
yeah. No.
Sorry.
I mean, I think that's how it is.
I'm real stupid.
Dang, so like you had to basically quit playing sports due to this eye injury.
So this big kind of jock athlete, and then it was like, well, can't do that anymore. I had no depth perception. I mean, I spent a whole summer sleeping in my parents' basement, and I couldn't come into the daylight. Every time I shut my eyes, I would get immediately dizzy and I'd throw up. So I spent months just staring at a TV in a chair until I passed out from exhaustion. That's how I slept. So
Fuck. That is brutal.
Yeah.
Did it ever get better?
No. You can't really correct it. And I've actually gone back. I went back a couple of years ago to say, hey, is there any new advancements?
Right, you guys got LASIK. You're replacing.
Yeah.
You're replacing. Have you seen where they replace eyes with teeth?
Jesus
What?
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Then we're going down a dark road. I've seen the horror movie Teeth. Is that what
Yeah,
we're referencing?
yeah.
Because
Same
that's a
thing.
nightmare.
Yeah, same thing.
Just have like two canines sticking out of your skull.
Yeah. I don't know
Tooth
about
in
that.
eye surgery, osteo, odonto, keratoprothesis. Jesus, Murphy.
But it's used as like a last resort for these people that have like no eye and corneal blindness. And what they do is they take a tooth and they drill a hole in it and they put a fake lens in it, almost like a camera lens or whatever. But since the tooth comes from the body and it's all calcium, the
reject
eye
it.
won't. Yeah, it won't.
Yeah.
The socket won't reject it, and they can like attach something that allows them to see out of it.
Oh, that's wild.
what the?
Like, who's the guy who thought of that? You know, I got an idea.
We had a.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
I'm only thinking about fucking Tesla now. All of a sudden, the
Oh,
RC
yeah.
boat. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of madman was like, guys, hear me out. I
Some
want to put.
guy
I want
in
to
the
put teeth.
1940s.
I want to put teeth in somebody's
Yeah.
eye socket. That's wild. So shout out to that guy. Hopefully it works, or if it doesn't,
They've done it a few times. It went down a rabbit hole. I saw it. I was like, no way.
well, how attached to your teeth are you? You know what I mean?
So then what? How long's that
So,
recovery process like? For you, Paul?
that took. I mean, it was basically just endure it until your body just kind of gets used to it. You know, it's really the equilibrium. I would get dizzy all the time, and I finally kind of figured it out where I could go outside. I mean, if I went upstairs, I took a black tube sock and I would wrap it around my eyes because even just shutting them, it was too bright.
No shit.
Yeah, that was a miserable summer.
My God. So and then
Did you try those like the big thick glasses or any?
Oh yeah, they tried to give me those in boot camp, like a real thick. I mean, it was like this thick and like a clear lens, basically.
yeah,
And
like
I was
horse
just
blinders.
Like, yeah, I was like, these are silly. I'm not doing
How do you?
So when like you get your eyesight back, and then is that like when it changed for you for like, hey, like sports isn't going to be an option. I'm gonna go.
Then I just kind of, I started playing guitar and listening to music and kind of getting a little bit more artsy. I
Yeah,
guess
your
you
eyes
could
suck,
say.
but your ears still work.
That's
You know what I'm
right,
saying,
that's
dude?
right,
I still
yeah.
got my fingers.
So I did that. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was cool. I played in a band in high school, and
Who'd you play with? From around here, or was it? Were you?
Yeah, it was a local band, just a high school band.
Well, I might
but-
remember. Who was it? Because you're only a few years older than me, I think.
Yeah, I'm 41.
I'm 35. Who was
Okay.
it that you played with?
Phoenix Dawn.
Dawn.
I love it that we're getting this shout out of Phoenix.
Oh
Dawn
yeah,
on
dude.
here.
We're gonna have to look them up on Spotify.
They're definitely not on
Oh
Spotify.
fuck, dude. But that's sick though, dude. So
Yeah.
how long did you do that for?
I did that for like two, 3 years. Maybe.
While you're in high school?
Yeah, in high school and like first year of college, we did it.
Oh yeah, dude. What else did you do? Like, so okay, you're 16. You get through that summer. You're going into what, your junior year. You finally can see again normally. You can be
Yep.
outside. I mean, how fucked up is your eye at this point? I gotta ask.
I mean, it's still the same as it was.
could you see anything out of it, or is
So,
it just
yeah.
completely blurred?
No, it's a complete blur. Like
even now.
I can see you. You're just as blurry as something, 200 yards away.
No
I mean,
shit.
that is super blurry to me.
And you're right-handed, aren't you?
Yeah.
So how'd you get in? Like,
Well, yeah.
Well, let's get through high school because I'm
Yeah.
curious. So, what do you
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
junior, senior year? Like, what?
well, I know. So like for me, like when I had my tumors or whatever, but like when you recover from that, it's almost like a awakening experience of like a like a near death experience, but not really. But like it makes you realize that like certain aspects of life are futile, or like fickle. Or,
well, I mean, my dream when I was little was to be a professional baseball player. You know, like that's what every little kid
That was
plays. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to do that. Or
MLB.
at least, I want to at least play in college, right?
Yeah.
And that was just like, nope, you're done with that forever.
Yeah, at 16, what a heartbreak.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I really just started like listening to a lot of music, playing music, going to a lot of shows. Like, I love like hardcore shows and
oh yeah, dude.
Which was like huge around.
It was a huge
Evansville
scene,
at the time.
At the time too. Like,
did you ever go to like the Rev? And
I did it. My uncle and cousin were a metalhead, and they went to like all the local.
Yeah, we
shows.
used to play in all the local shows. With my buddy Jake, he had a band called Morning by Morning, and we used to play with those guys all the time. They were a big metal band or hardcore band around here. So
hell yeah, like I used to go to, because I was too young when it was real big in Evansville, but I would go to like the Wired and the Boney June shows, but I couldn't go to like bars and stuff because I'm like in high school when the scene was like popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some good bands like Emarosa that came through and stuff like that came out to Boney June's. There were some good folks that came through, but that's cool, man. So you do that all the way basically through high school.
Did they have recruiters come like your junior year, like in the lunch, or was that like a thing of a later generation?
Yeah, I had an Army recruiter come. And I was like,
is that what piqued your interest, or did you have family previous military?
I knew I was going to be in the military.
Okay.
Like I knew it.
Just not the Army. You were like, I'm not going to lower my standards that low.
I can finally get some shout outs back to the Marine Corps.
Yeah, dude. Get some punches back for the Marine Corps, all the shit we've been talking about.
Yeah. No, my grandfather on my mom's side, he was in the Army.
Nice.
He was in World War II.
Hell yeah.
Awesome dude. Always looked up to him. And my dad's dad, he was in the Air Force during World War II. He went to Germany. He didn't really do much as far as like anything, cool, I would say.
Yeah, but still honorably served in a dangerous time to be a pilot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, he wasn't a pilot.
Or, well.
Yeah, but there's no way he was a pilot.
He's like, nah, Pappy wasn't smart enough for that.
No, but I had both my grandfathers were in the military, and you grow up watching,
oh, bro, don't even get me started.
Yeah, Rambo,
and Black Hawk Down, dude.
Commando,
come on,
all the Jean-Claude Van Damme and Sylvester Stallone, all those movies. I was obsessed with them.
It gets you teed up.
Oh yeah,
and you're like, let's go kill some Viet Cong, and you're like, what? This is 1985. What are we talking about? Vietnam for? Fucking relax, dude.
I always had a fascination for it, and I was like, man, that's something I could do.
What is that?
I don't know.
What is that, Tom? Were you fascinated with war movies as a young man?
Yeah, I think all guys are, and we still are. That's why like Call of Duty is such a big game.
Yeah.
But like, what's funny though is like a few years ago they were like, oh, a guy thinks about the Roman Empire every week, and I was like, I kind of got off of that. Like I was thinking about other empires and like other things, not maybe the Roman Empire every week.
I think about it,
but I think it's like the history of like power and wars, and I mean it's probably deep in DNA.
Absolutely.
So.
Are you a big history guy? I find a lot of military dudes are big history dudes.
Yeah,
right?
If I was probably good at any subject, it would probably be history. Yeah,
which is funny because like I was decent at math, but like sucked at literature. But yeah, like good at history. Like history is just like I feel like a guy's subject.
Can't read, but I can learn it. Tell me once, and I'll remember.
I can't memorize dates, but I can tell you what happened. You know?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so wild. But no, I think that's a funny. Like for me, it was.
You watched Forrest Gump, and you were like, "Oh, I can do this."
Bro, it's funny you say that. Forrest Gump was one of the films I was fascinated with. It was the Vietnam portion of the film where I was just like, oh, that's so fucking cool. Like, some dirty dir is out here just saving people out of gunfight. And then another big one for me was Black Hawk Down. Got me hard, dude. Got me. I watched.
Yeah, I remember being in high school when that came out.
It came out in like 97.
About about
okay,
Somalia.
maybe not high school. Maybe I watched.
No, maybe
I'm
maybe I'm off.
It was like 2002. It was like 2001, 2002.
I was.
It was.
Yeah, 2001.
I was an adult then, so I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't like an influence.
You were already in.
I went in 02.
Okay, you were right there. So for me,
I went in 04. I graduated in 02.
So for me, I'm in like junior high, and I'm watching Black Hawk Down, and I'm like, look at these Delta dudes just smacking dudes in flip flops. I'm like, that's what I want to do, dude. Like, I want to be the good guy. And that was the moment I knew I was like, I think I'm born to kill people.
Yeah. It was Rambo First Blood Part 2, man.
Such a good one, dude.
I was just like, dude, I want exploding arrowheads, and I want to shoot at these people.
I want to be in a boat on a river that no one's ever heard
You're
of
like
before.
watching James Bond, and they got all that crazy tech too.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
dude.
oh,
I was really into James Bond growing up.
Dude, I'll tell you
too.
what. While we're on this topic, real quick, before we continue through the timeline, what are some? Like, I'm a big film head. Love film.
Same.
What are some? Have you seen Warfare?
I have.
Fuck.
I was
8 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
man. I'm conflicted.
You are? Because I couldn't stop bragging about it. And I've never even been to Iraq. But just the anxiety that film dreads up, that anxiety is real.
That I watched it with my wife.
Yeah.
And right when it opens up, you see the shadows. Right.
Yeah.
They're moving it along a wall, and I was like, oh, that's a Terp right there.
Yeah.
Because I could tell by his helmet and just his silhouette. I could like that's an interpreter.
Yeah.
And there it was, and then it was the long quiet and like that build up.
The anticipation, the anxiety.
I felt that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, this is
Palpable.
pretty good.
You can fucking taste
I
it.
love that about it.
Do you think that's also maybe bad for some people though?
No, I want to relive those moments.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe just me.
No,
I don't know.
it's not like I was having flashbacks and crying.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Shaking
it was
in the
just
fetal.
like I appreciated that part of the film where it was like, okay, like if I can feel it, then
Like the
they're
director
doing
of
it.
photography
Yeah.
understood this.
Yeah, yeah. But when it came to the actual tactics and the way they kind of portrayed the characters, I was kind of like, man, if I was these guys, I would be pissed right now.
Like the scene where they have bad guys on the rooftop of their building,
And nobody goes up there. I'm like, what are we doing,
His
guys?
buddy's not even pulling security on the stairs. He's like looking away from the stairs.
I'm
Bro, what are we
I'm
doing?
like a broken record, and my wife is looking at me. I'm like, dude, they're not even pulling security. What
Yeah,
are they
dude.
doing right now?
Pull up, son.
There are
Pop a
people
knee.
just
Pop a knee.
shooting at them from the building they're in, and they're just
swear
like,
to
oh, that's all upstairs. We don't need to worry about that.
What do you? Okay, I'll be quick on this last one. Sorry, Tom. He's getting very furious with me right now. What do
No,
you
because
think?
I was going to ask about 1917.
Okay,
I did see that.
What'd you think about the one take 1917? That was a beautiful.
I thought that
film.
was cool.
Very well
Yeah,
put together.
Yeah, I thought that was really
about
good.
the messenger who had to literally cross 60 kilometers to just transfer a message that the war's over.
Yeah.
That was the gist of the film.
Yeah,
right?
and it was shot like a one take. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very well
no,
put together.
I really like those kind of
I
films.
wish I could remember that director's name, but he did a hell of a job. He's done a couple films now. He's really good.
I think is it Christopher Nolan?
Was that Nolan?
Nolan did do that, I think.
No, that wasn't
Did he?
Nolan.
Sam Mendes.
Oh, Mendes.
Sam
yeah.
Mendes.
Sam Mendes.
Yeah, phenomenal job, Mr. Mendez. What do you think about Lone Survivor? Now, before I will say that I read the book twice before the Marcus Luttrell book, Lone Survivor, twice before I watched the film.
Yeah.
But holy shit, like having, and you might attest to this because you did 2 over in Afghanistan. There were like some really valuable moments in that film where I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
my it's hard for me to watch those movies, not because I get some kind of feeling, but as soon as I see Hollywood kind of take over,
Try to portray something.
like somebody throws a hand grenade and you see like a giant fireball come out of it, I'm like, well, it's not real. I'm out of it now.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
just a dust cloud, brother, and you're gonna be in a lot of pain after.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought it was a good movie. I mean, it was entertaining.
What was another one in Afghanistan? The guy his name's Chris. I read the book, Operation. God damn it! The guy from Pirates of the Caribbean was in it. What was that Afghanistan war movie? God damn it! It's so good. I read it. It's Operation something. Damn it! Lone Survivor Outpost. That's what it was. The Outpost.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
That one is fucking phenomenal. So Restrepo, those 2 films are tied together. The Outpost is a Hollywood cinematic film. The Restrepo film you've seen, that's just a helmet cam footage, basically shot, whatever. So in Restrepo, you hear about their sister company that got taken over. Like halfway through the film, they're like, hey, our Charlie company, sister company has been enveloped. Like they're shutting down. They're getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
Enemy in the Wire. It was really, really bad. And they portrayed that in Restrepo. That's what the Outpost
does.
was about. It was the same, what is it? 13th Mount, or I can't remember, whatever mountain division, but that was them that got overran. That's what that film's about.
10th Mountain, wasn't it?
10th Mountain,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, it was really bad.
Interesting.
The film's not bad, but the book is better. I read the book there's been a few soldiers that were in that deployment that have written books, but there's one like New York Times bestseller, and that was a phenomenal book.
So did you go Marines off the rip?
Yeah.
So like, what was
Nice.
that boot camp like? Is it? I mean, out of all the boot camps, I'm not military, so but like
Yeah.
out of all the military boot camps that we've had people in for, like I always hear about the Marines being like the toughest. You know, I
Wow.
mean, you hear Goggins' story. And,
Watch your fucking mouth, brother. I'm right here, dude. We're best friends.
Can I get one of those?
This dude's such a dick. You want a plat?
Yeah, give me.
Tell me why the Army sucks.
What? Like, okay, like did
Tell
you
me how you're disappointed in me again,
Did you have
Dad.
anybody die in basic?
No.
No, mine did.
No.
We had a kid die of a heart attack. That was when Jack 3D was getting real big.
Oh, yeah.
And we thought we were going to the gym to do PT, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. He takes a scoop of Jack 3D, puts it in his water,
I thought you.
slams it. No, slams it.
I thought he put it in his monster.
No, then drank
bless
a
you.
monster right before formation for
yeah.
PT, slammed a shot of 3D, and then drank a monster. And then we're getting ready for formation, and they're like, all right, we're doing 12 miles today.
Yep.
Fuck.
Well,
He said yelp.
He died right in front of my company building, bro.
Yeah. Well, he just answered the question for you. I mean, they had Monster and Jack 3D in boot camp.
Right.
Do you remember Jack 3D when it
Oh
first came
no,
out?
they didn't have that in
Hell
the
no.
Marine
We
boot
had
camp.
water in a green canteen, period.
Nice.
Yeah, no.
Well, we're a bunch of bitches.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Well, you know what he should have done? He should have pulled out the stress card.
Probably.
You know?
This wasn't Fort
Yeah,
Jackson, though.
yeah,
This
yeah,
was Fort Benning, Georgia, home of the infantry. Kill anything that
We
moves.
should do. Like,
I've
I got
been
questions. and
there.
That's what
Sand
that'd be
Hill,
fun.
baby.
Yeah.
Did you have to swim with like your hands tied?
No,
Oh,
not in
shit.
boot camp.
Not in
No,
boot camp?
No, I don't. We just did a swim test.
You do a bunch of swimming, though, right?
Yeah.
Like pool work?
Yeah.
Which
Well,
Basically drowning.
you don't do a lot in boot camp, from what I can remember. I mean, hell, it was
What is it,
20
like 500
something
meters,
years
and
ago.
that's like the minimum?
Probably, and then you got to swim with like your camis on and be able to tread water
With boots?
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
Or you might take. I don't remember the details of it.
And that's for Marines, right? You're not
Yeah.
in Navy boot camp. Like the Marines have their own
no.
boot camp.
We have 2 boot camps,
right? Even though they're like tied
East
to
Coast,
one another.
West Coast. Yeah, well,
The Navy and the Marines are kind of the same, but
No, I
Not
think
to
the
insult-
Navy calls
Somebody-
the Marines in for help as like a private sector
Well,
base that
no,
rides on
no,
the boat.
explain
right?
it to me
Wait,
so I'm not stupid. So
the Marine Corps is under the Department of the Navy.
okay, but
that's
they're
where
not
the connection
tied
is.
together. Yeah, okay.
No,
I
but
knew it was something.
We have a good working relationship
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
Navy, but the Marine Corps is its own command.
Got it.
Like, period.
You guys have your own general that you guys report to, like the main
Oh yeah.
commandant or whatever you guys.
Like the Joint Chiefs.
Yeah.
We have a Joint Chief.
Yeah.
And then you
Okay,
have the Secretary of the Army.
yeah.
There's a Secretary of the Navy. We don't have a Secretary of the Marine Corps
Okay,
because we're under that department.
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
This
guys
is
are
making
too
more
manly to
sense.
have secretaries.
Well, we always say we're the men's department. Of the Navy.
I've heard that before.
yeah.
So another one of our podcasts you should watch is the guy that was Marines and then switched to Army. He's in the Army currently as a recruiter. We did a film for kind of blanking on his name. I'm so bad at names, brother. Morgan Howard.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Morgan Howard's interview is really, really entertaining because he is a guy that did like 2 years or 4 years, whatever the minimum is for the Marines.
Probably 4.
He did a 4-year.
Yeah.
And on his way out, he was like, I'm going to switch to Army. And then he switched over to Army, and now he's a fucking recruiter.
What did he want to do in the Army? I wonder.
Recruit.
I don't know how they got him.
That's how you can do that in the Marine
I
Corps.
don't know how they got him.
Well, so
dude.
like I want to
But
know.
they got him.
Like, so did the Marines, like, once you get through like boot camp or whatever, do they like analyze what you would be a specialist at and then like assign you based on that?
No, you find out before you go.
Okay.
I'm sure it's just like it in the Army. I mean, you take your ASVAB.
They tell you what you qualify for.
Yeah. Like, hey, you're smart enough to do these jobs or you're not very smart.
Do you remember all your options?
Yeah, I mean, they probably say it to everybody, but like, hey, you did really good on that. You can be anything you want. And I'm
They
like,
didn't tell Brian that. They
Nah.
told me it could be 2 things.
I think your ASVAB's the same as mine, or it would have been
Yeah,
back then.
yeah.
35 is the minimum.
I don't even remember.
I got a 36.
Yeah.
They were
So-
like, you could ride in a tank
Yeah.
or walk around with a gun.
yeah.
It's like I'll walk around with a gun.
ASVAB waiver right there. Yeah, hell yeah.
You got a GED, right? We'll give you a gun. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Dude, they were like reluctant too. They were like, "Fuck, do we gotta take him?"
yeah,
All right, get in here.
yeah. But yeah, and that was what you went in 09.
Yeah, 2009.
Yeah,
It was that was peak Afghan time, man. That was a good
Afghan, yeah.
Yeah, that was right
Yeah.
before we smacked Osama.
Yep.
Osama went down in 10, I
Yep.
think.
Yep.
We were actively like patrolling the Chinese and Paki kind of border.
Yeah.
And actually where I was, can you pull up a Chark Logar, you can just search the city, Chark Logar, Afghanistan. So he has geographic reference, but it's not far from the Paki Chinese border actually.
So up north then?
Northeast.
Yeah, northeast.
Yeah, northeast area. So we were RC East, right?
Yep.
But yeah, there were a lot of munitions moving through there. Yeah, you're getting close. Here we
Here's
go.
Logar.
Yeah, Logar
Oh, right,
touches
okay.
Pakistan
I see Kabul.
and
Kabul.
China, I thought.
China's further north.
Kabul. Yeah, China would be up here.
I'm
Yeah,
mistaken.
you
I
gotta
am
go
mistaken. It's
higher.
only the Paki border. But it was a hot little AO. It was
Yeah.
nice, dude. It was real nice. That's where Fob Shank, if you've been there, that's where Fob Shank is.
No, I never made it over that
That's
side.
that was like our sister or parent fob that was
Okay.
where everybody went that got blown the fuck up.
What path did you choose?
So when I got, I'll back up. So I graduated high school in 02.
Yeah.
When I was a senior, 9/11 happened. So that was, I watched it.
I was in first grade.
in history. First grade.
I remember it, dude. Like we talk about it sometimes on the they sent me to therapy for it because I was drawing on the top of every school paper 2 towers and planes hitting them and smoke coming out. They sent me to therapy.
That's what's wrong with kids these days.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
no, that's what's wrong with Tom. He's a
Yeah,
sociopath.
All right.
Yeah, bro. He's really regretting coming on the podcast.
if I didn't have a pneumothorax and I would have enlisted, but they wouldn't take me because of the pneumothorax.
You had a pneumothorax?
Yeah.
Oh,
At
I've treated,
like-
I've
at
treated
like
a few of
17,
those.
18.
Yeah, you had a lung
Did you get hit
collapse.
by something?
No, well, I was tubing on a lake.
Yeah, yeah.
He also passes out at the sight of blood, which is a vague.
Really?
Or too much talk of it, which would have been interesting in the military.
No kidding.
So yeah, that's one thing I will preface with when we get in. If you want to talk blood, guts, and gore, which I'm totally cool with.
I'm totally cool with it.
But we did once on the show, not even military related. A guy was a runner. He was telling us about an injury
and I
that he
just
sustained.
dropped. But we can chill, you know.
He said, "You can stop now."
Yeah, we've been boozing, you know. Like it's funny, like as I do substances, alcohol, whatever. Like my tolerance for the talk lowers.
Man,
But I passed out at work.
this is something
listening
that you're not comfortable with then.
it's happened ever since I was little.
It's his brain, dude. He's got a bad
Because
brain.
I'm sitting here like, all right, let me think of what I could say to
No,
get this.
like
dude.
He'll drop,
I'm
bro.
already
I know,
buzzy.
joking.
He'll
I
drop.
could definitely make you pass.
Oh
out.
yeah, like it wouldn't take much, dog.
I guarantee it.
I listened to a Lance Armstrong podcast and they mentioned blood doping and I passed out.
just blood.
I get the image in my head and it plays on a loop. Until
All right,
I
let's
drop.
shut the fuck up because
I know, right? I'm watching my heart rate right now.
we're getting in the thick of things. and
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
ruin this interview halfway through, brother.
Yeah, so I'm a senior.
Yeah, so you're a senior.
Yeah.
So
I had just like signed my selective service card and everything, you know, because I
Yeah.
was 18 and
for the draft,
yeah,
and
I-
explain that people that don't know what that is. A lot of people just sign that paper and don't even ever. Normally, their parents just
Yeah.
sign it for them, or they have, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But what is the selective service?
from
Can
what
you
I can
explain that?
remember, it was it's you put your name in all males.
You
over
have to do
18.
that when you turn 18.
Yeah,
Can I just asked him? Oh,
Yep.
we'll
You
get
got
there.
to do it when you're 18. You put your name in the lottery in case there's
Yeah.
ever a draft again.
Yeah.
But yeah, 9/11, and I was like, I mean, I like to say I was 18 and I understood what was happening, but nobody really understood
You're
what was
a child.
happening.
You're a fucking
Yeah.
child. Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, I'm going to the Marine Corps. And she was like, no, you give me 1 year of college first. So I was like, all right. And I went to Ball State for film.
Shout out to the cards, dude.
film?
Yeah, for film.
Shout out to the cards.
I was like
Damn.
an art guy. Like I wanted to make movies.
Had
and
you played with
films.
cameras at all before?
Yeah,
that?
oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
No
were
shit.
you were just filming like your metal shows, or
We would film that, and my buddies, we would make little stupid videos, kind of
Hell
like
yeah, dude.
Jackass before there was
Yeah,
Jackass.
Brian did that when he got back from
brother.
Oh, yeah.
I think you and I are a lot more alike than
Yeah,
you think, brother.
Yeah, so I was like, and it's really weird when I talk to my buddies now, and they're like, "You went to college?" Like,
Were-
yeah.
were
What'd you
you
do?
using-
I was filmed. They're like, no.
Were you using
What are you, gay?
camcorders?
Yeah, we had the handhelds for a while.
That's
And
rad.
I don't think we even had digital at
Dude.
all.
Remember when
the mini tapes on the side?
Remember
Yeah.
CKY when that shit?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Dude,
that was the
CKY,
best.
fuck it. And then
Yeah.
Jackass came in
Yeah,
and just
then-
fucking changed the game,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, we did all that stuff around, around town, and we would just make little.
Then there was like a
movies.
motocross one too. I forget what that one was called.
Yeah.
Nitro Circus.
Before Nitro Circus.
Yeah, it was before that.
There was one. There was like CKY. Then Jackass came into the game, and then there was some
Was
dude.
Pastrana involved
Yeah, I think
in that one?
I think so. It was like Pastrana and his boys had something they
Yeah.
would put on YouTube
They did
or something.
Nitro Circus. So it would have been whatever their side project was
Yeah.
before
Nitro
that. But it was just that was a dope time to be alive, dude.
It was.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, it was. I'm telling
Oh,
you, man.
dude. Anyway, okay. So
So yeah,
anyways.
we would make like little horror movies. I'm a big horror fan.
Hell
So,
yeah. I'm a
like,
big horror guy.
Yeah, so
Me
we
too.
would.
We're gonna have to talk on that.
Yeah.
horror.
Hell yeah.
So we did that.
I love horrors.
Yeah, we did that, and I was up there. I mean, I got good enough grades, but it was just like I'm just
This isn't
wasting.
it.
I'm wasting money.
You're just idle. You're not in totally
Yeah.
100% in on it.
No, and I moved back and went to USI for like a half a semester, and was just like, I've had enough.
You pulled out half semester, dude.
Yeah,
No shit.
yeah. I was like, this is not going to work. And
Which prof was it that walked you out the door? Like, who was it
you know
that
what?
caused you to leave?
I don't. That
It wasn't like a thing that happened where you were like, "Fuck this."
No, my whole. I
You
was just
didn't attend one of Dr. Perry Burnett's classes and just get your mind blown and
no.
I
I'm
gotta
telling
fucking
you.
turn you on to that guy, dude. He's a beast.
I was just at USI like 2 weeks ago for a conference, and I don't have a single memory of that campus or any
it's
class.
totally different.
Not a single memory.
It's totally different from 20 years ago, brother.
Yeah, I was just like, where am I right now? But
Yeah.
there's probably a lot.
It's a
to do with
D1
that.
campus now, bro.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
fucking big deal. It's like a city.
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't get recruited. I walked right into the Marine Corps and said, hey, I want to be in the Marines.
Dude,
And,
neither did I. I
yeah.
walked straight in.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm here.
And they were like, hey, yeah, like you can. I said, I want to be in the infantry. And they said, well, we can get you in. You can be a combat engineer. You can do this right now. And I was like, no, I'll wait. I'll wait.
All right. I'll wait for someone to die over there.
I mean, it was 2004 when I had finally got in, but I was just like, yeah, there's no shortage of infantry.
Bro, I was talking, I think it was Morgan Hauer I was talking to. I was like, talking about infantry guys and why we're so easy to recruit. It's because we're fucking constantly dying. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's so
A
easy.
high replacement rate.
It's so easy to like rank up in the infantry too because
Yeah.
like people just die. So
Yeah.
like the
Oh, yeah.
selection, you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
rank so
Yeah.
much faster than if you go and be a
or they get hurt or
Yeah.
wounded or
yeah, and then they got to ETS out or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, then you're
so
just
what was boot camp like?
yeah. Let's get into boot camp. What was that like,
oh
dude?
man, boot camp.
Where did you go?
I went
Paris
to
Island.
Paris Island.
And that's in California.
Nope, that's on
Oh.
East Coast, South Carolina.
What's the West Coast one?
Hell, I don't know. They call it. It's MCRD. No, that's.
So Paris Island is
Well,
where?
MCRD is Marine Corps Recruit Depot. There's one, the West Coast, San Diego area.
San Diego.
I don't know the name
Okay,
of the
okay,
base.
okay. No, you're good. You're good.
Is
Yeah.
that where like the translator and like logistics people go?
No,
Or-
it's
okay.
basically the Mississippi River.
Gotcha.
You split.
Oh, so if you sign up for the Marines and you're east of the Mississippi, you go to Paris Island.
Yeah.
If you're west of the Mississippi, you go to California.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some exceptions in there, but yeah,
That's
roughly
the rough
yeah,
estimation. I got
that's-
you. So,
yeah.
tell me a little bit about Paris Island. What did you think? What did you do? The shark attack thing right off the bus?
Is
They
Paris Island the place where all the people came over when they first came?
No,
Okay.
different place.
No, it's
brother.
Ellis Island.
See,
It's in New York.
Rhymes.
Both islands.
Yeah.
See where your head's at, brother.
Yeah, no, the yellow footprints, they come out and they scream at you.
Yeah.
You get your hair cut.
So you did get the shark attack.
Yeah.
Like day one.
Oh yeah.
Day one. So you're like grabbing 4 bags over your shoulders and shit.
Yeah, there's no mercy.
Yeah,
I mean
it's
from
bloodthirsty.
day one to graduate. I mean, on graduation day, there's no mercy.
So walk me through a little bit about boot camp. Like I'm sure there were phases,
Man.
like phase 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
A, B, C,
Or
D.
like, was there ever a time you wanted to quit boot camp?
Not really. No, I mean, like boot camp was. I mean, it's tough, right? It's tough for any 17, 18-year-old going. I was 20 when I was going. I was 20.
So you're basically.
So I was
a
like
man.
an old man.
Yeah, you're a man. You're
and
grown.
There's a lot of breaking you down mentally
Build you back
and
up.
to build you back
Break
up.
you,
And that
build you.
breakdown, and I could kind of see it, but I had such a hard time just laughing a lot because I would be like, this is silly. Why are we doing this?
Oh, you would
Yeah.
actually laugh out loud.
Oh, and I would get destroyed for it.
Brother.
Yeah, like
Made you stronger.
I would try to hide.
Made you stronger.
I'd be laughing. I mean, it's
And they're like, do 20 push-ups, and you're laughing that you got to do 20 push-ups.
So I mean, and I say this all the time because it's funny, but it just seemed like this big. It's like everybody get naked and jump in the shower, and it's like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? This is so weird. But yeah. I was like, I don't know if this is like
lightheaded. I laughed so hard.
Oh my God.
I'm like, is this the standard, or you guys have some kind of fetish?
Right. Are we going to be doing this full time later at some point?
Yeah. But
get naked.
I would laugh. Like I would just, they would say shit, and I would laugh so hard.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Dude.
Here's a good story.
Shit you have
I'm sure there's like benefits to it though, because like if something happened, like if a shower got bombed, like you can't be afraid to see Joe Blow's dick, or you know what it, like.
It's like mentally breaking you down, and you're uncomfortable.
You got to be
a bunch of dudes mostly are uncomfortable. You're like,
if we were doing this podcast naked, you know what I mean?
Squishing into each other. Yeah, it'd be weird.
That's
I'd
why
be glad I'm behind the table.
Take your pants off. Let's do it.
So you had thought of a funny story. Tom's real good at interrupting people. If you haven't gathered that at this point,
I'm a terrible person.
What's your?
I'm a terrible person. It's true.
You're not wrong. Your grandpa's way cooler.
You probably had it in your boot camp. You had to do like an inspection. They would bring in like the battalion surgeon or whoever, the head doctor, just like a wellness check.
Okay.
And you'd have to stand on your footlocker, naked, and so imagine 60 guys, 30 on each side, standing.
Dicks out.
You're standing like this, and they would come up to you, and you'd have to like.
Bend over and cough.
This recruit has no whatever, no problems.
Are you in draws or are you dick out?
No, dick out.
Oh my God.
And the dude,
I'm enjoying this.
the guy across,
Did you guys do drag racing?
the guy across me was uncircumcised.
Oh, nice, dude. Little anteater.
And the drill instructor came up, and he just stops, and he just points at it and asks him, what is that? And then he started calling him a bivy sack. And dude,
remind me what that is. A bivy sack is the thing that carries your
sleeping bag. It zips over you and protects you.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
can
like
zip it shut at the top.
Yeah, you zip it shut at the top. Yeah, and he started calling him a bivy sack, dude. And I was laughing. And there you go. Yeah, dude. Yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah.
But
he was rocking a heavy bivy sack, dude.
So like initially, there's a lot of this. There's a lot of this like making you uncomfortable, just ridiculous, hazing. I mean, ridiculous hazing.
It's harassment.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
They're making you stronger, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The physical fitness was really good. I mean, it
I do
sucked.
Can we pivot here?
Yeah.
Actually, this is a good stopping point. I want to mention this because so I had multiple buddies that went into Ranger school. A couple of buddies of mine from my deployment have now gone into special operations with the Army.
Yeah.
As far as PT goes, when I was in basic training for the Army, PT was fucking cake. The quote, the testing.
Yeah.
Run 2 miles sub 15 minutes or some stupid shit.
We were 3 miles.
Do you see this?
I did,
but
so
then
I want to say
push-ups.
I knew somebody that was in the Marines, and they did some training thing, and they had something you had to carry a dummy, go retrieve a dummy.
Oh yeah,
but it was covered in pig guts, real life pig guts. I didn't know if that was.
It's a new APFT standard, which you just retired a year ago, so you may have been a part of that. Where a couple years back, at least in the Army, I know for sure. They changed the PT test to an APFT test, and it's whatever the fuck that acronym stands for.
Yeah, I would have got up to the bottom and fainted. And somebody would have to carry me back. You know what I mean?
But it does involve buddy carries. It does involve.
We have a combat fitness test and a physical fitness test.
They
did that.
Army doesn't have
probably
that.
15 years ago, maybe 10. Yeah, 15 years ago.
When they changed it for the Marines.
We still have the PFT physical fitness test, but then they added the combat because there was a lot of guys who could run 3 miles in 18 minutes,
really fast.
Yeah, but. They couldn't run in boots and utes or carry something, or you have to throw a grenade and you have to low crawl and you have to do a bunch of stuff like that. Ammo can lifts and
That's kind of what the APFT.
And the guys that excel at that are like David Goggins doing 200 miles on no knees now. You see that? He just finished a 200 miler.
I believe it.
Yeah,
no,
I believe it.
The funny thing is, I do want to stop on the SF thing. That was going to be my question. Is because I'm like such a short statured fella, I'm like 5'9". Right now I'm heavy. I'm lifting a lot. I'm doing a lot less cardio. I'm about 200 pounds. But in my prime,
Bulking phase.
Yeah, in my prime, like in my like prime fighting fitness, I'd be like 170.
Oh, nice.
170, 180. That's like where I thrive. But like I noticed that like the PT challenging in boot camp or basic was super not challenging whatsoever.
No.
And then a lot of my buddies, when we came back from Afghanistan, they got all these cool schools, and I was getting out. They were telling me about the PT standards that they fucking hold.
Oh,
and I was like,
yeah,
why the fuck is the Army standard not that? Like,
no, it's a lot worse.
Like the selection or like RASP or whatever, you are doing 3, 4, 5 miles on some of these tests, and you've got to do it in a certain amount of time, and you're in kit, and you know what I mean? There's all
you're
this
rucking and
you're swimming across the lake in kit. Like there's all this crazy shit. I'm like, why don't they just make the Army PT like a little more intense?
Well, they wouldn't have anybody to serve.
We're gonna get into your later.
So like in the swimming, like are there any like did you ever swim when you were overseas?
Never. No.
It's all mountains.
That's what like I wonder if like in the future of like schooling aspect, like we'll get out of like away from the military even, but like I feel like you're gonna find like kids, athletes, like our generation of kids growing up athletes, you played every single sport until you found one that you were good at, and then you maybe played another sport in the off season.
Yeah.
But kids nowadays are finding baseball, only training for baseball, and they're like blowing the standard out the
ubiquity.
park.
He's getting at ubiquity.
Well, I wonder if like the
well,
don't you think like all right, if you're training to fight a war in the Middle East, you would do less swimming training, more.
Well, to that point, so the Army,
I like what you're about to say. I already know what you're going to say.
I mean, sure, you didn't probably do a lot of swimming. We're Marines. We're amphibious.
Right, yeah.
We are on ship a lot. Ships sink sometimes, so you got to know how to swim. And you're not just training for the war right now. You're training for any possibility. I mean, something could pop up at any moment.
Right.
And, I mean, it always seems silly to me. Like, why would I go to dive school? There's no oceans around, Iraq. I'm not going to go dive anywhere over there, But
then when you got to blow up an oil line to Europe,
here's
here's
a contemporary real world example. Like when we were at war in Iraq before 9/11, the Army had mountain course training that you could do.
Yeah,
it was a real thing.
Yep.
And at the time, guys signing up for Operation whatever the fuck it was over there. I don't know, the first go around when we fucking set up shop and shut the whole thing down in like 72 hours, that whole thing.
Yeah.
When that was popping off over in Kuwait, this mountain training, they're like, why is this a school? Why is this even a class? And then flashback to hashtag never forget.
Yeah.
Now we're goddamn billy goats with fully automatic machine guns 8,000 feet above sea level.
Yep.
At the base of the mountain in Afghanistan.
They still have cold weather training.
But that's the point. That's the point is that if some shit pops off in Siberia, brother, you better be ready to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Little side note. Where'd you meet your wife in this?
Oh, that's such a good question. You are a married man, so gentlemen, I'm sorry.
Oh, man, I'm trying to think of the year.
Was she from Evansville?
Yeah.
So you met her like in high school before you deployed?
I knew her. Well, she knew me in high school. I didn't know her.
Nice.
She was a freshman. I was a senior.
Okay.
So I didn't know.
That's good. That's good.
And then I had come home for leave. I want to say probably 12 years ago, 13. She's going to kill me.
So you've already done a few deployments before you met her.
Yeah. And then
we can pause there and go back to your first deployment.
Let's do that.
I just wanted to make a mental note of where she was in the timeline.
Yeah.
So let's go to like your first deployment. You get out of basic, you get to go home, or boot camp.
Where
do you get to go home?
Where do you
see
get
family?
stationed at?
I got stationed in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I was in 1st Battalion, 6th Marines.
Okay. Did you guys have a cool nickname?
The Death Walkers.
Dude, shout out to the Death Walkers.
Yeah.
Tell some of your boys to check this out. Dude.
Yeah, no, they will.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Hey, and if they ever want to come on and they're in town, we'll totally have them in.
Yeah. So, I mean, the relationships that you develop when you're in the infantry, I went on to do different things, but that core group of guys, man, I still talk to them.
It's hard to put words to.
Yeah. Especially when you're out. I mean, so we get to Camp Lejeune. I had to go to infantry school for a couple months, and then we got to 1-6. And probably 5 months later, I was in Fallujah.
And you're doing, so we're clear that one of the biggest differences that I've always known since FLU, or no, it's FALU, Falu, 2 L's. I can't remember.
FALLU.
He said La Fajita. Dude, you are not even close. But anyways.
FALLU.
Yeah, FALLU.
There you go. JAH. Al-Fallujah.
Al-Fallujah, that top one there. But anyways, to your point though, like it is really hard to describe those, that bond.
Oh yeah.
It's you can have a brother that you loved your entire life, all the way into when you turned 18, and then go meet a guy from Wisconsin, and his name is Dave.
Yeah.
And you hung out with him for 6 months, and you're like, I love you more than my brother. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Well,
no,
before
it's weird,
wild.
dude. It is a weird way to. But anyway, so sorry.
Do they teach you like anything about like Iraq and the culture there? Do you learn any Arabic before you go there?
No, I mean the Arabic that we learned was like, stop,
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, stop, hi, drop the gun. Whatever, basic commands.
Where's the gold?
Yeah.
Where's the gold?
And it was. I mean, this was 1-6's first deployment to Iraq.
You guys are like, this is a baby unit? It's like a totally new unit?
It's been around for forever.
Okay.
The war had just kind of really started.
This is 2000.
This is 2005. Early 2005. I got there. And Fallujah is like one of the deadliest cities.
It's a bad place. Camp Ramadi.
Yeah, I've been to Ramadi too.
Ramadi's near Fallujah, right?
Yeah, it's just I think Fallujah's west.
We'll
of
get
Ramadi.
into JSSs and stuff like that, but he had a good point, like the build up. So you get to your unit 1-6, and then what's the lead up to?
A lot of like small unit training, like understanding, basic formations, and then a lot of CQB they were trying to do.
You're kicking a lot of fucking doors over.
Well,
there.
but we don't. I mean, the Marine Corps, for all of its greatness, they not a lot of resources, but they pride themselves in doing something out of nothing.
Hey, explain that a little bit.
So we didn't just, our training before going into one of the heaviest urban combat places in our lifetime was like engineer tape on the ground in the shape of houses and rooms. And you would just, stack, through. You would learn how to stack up and go into houses, and it was, looking back on it now, it's like, how did any of us survive?
I got a side question. Katrina happened in 2005. Did you hear anything about it while you were overseas?
Yeah, I remember hearing about it.
Such a weird side note.
Yeah,
I've been on a Katrina rabbit hole lately, and it just.
All right, yeah. That doesn't pertain to the conversation.
I just didn't know what the news process was like. If something like that got wind to people overseas.
Yeah, I mean, we heard about it. I had a buddy that lived in New Orleans when that all happened. Gotcha. So shout out to Chris.
So back to you're doing a lot of CQB training. You're learning about the culture you're about to be immersed in.
You're trying to, yeah.
You're learning 6 words in fucking whatever they speak in Iraq.
Yeah.
And that's kind of your lead up.
Do you fly into Germany first?
No, I think we flew into Ireland.
Oh, sick, dude.
We stayed in the airport.
Yeah, right. Same.
They wouldn't let us.
Same
out.
for me in Germany. I swear to God, we've talked about that.
Right. Yeah, they're not letting us.
They won't cut us loose.
Half the guys wouldn't make it.
It's a hazard to the
society. Did you guys have a separate part of the airport? They separated.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Same thing in Iceland. We had a separate part of the airport.
I swear to God, dude. I think it's only for infantry guys. Like everybody else can go get coffee and they're civil and.
We flew from there, and I think we stopped. We made another stop, and then we went to Kuwait. We were in Kuwait for about a week.
Yeah.
And then
sweet spot.
Then we flew into Iraq.
What was your Jalalabad in Iraq? What was your Jalal? Like Jabad is like primary Afghan ops area. That's like the main fob. When you tell anybody that's been deployed to Afghanistan, if you say Jabad, they know it's Jalalabad.
Oh, yeah. What
was that main? Was there something even like that, or were you in the game so early that we had no foundation?
We had Camp Fallujah and Hurricane Point, I think, was another smaller, but it had an airfield.
Okay, big landing strip.
That was kind of outside the city. Okay, that's where we.
You guys flying at night?
No, Hurricane Point was in Ramadi. Yeah, so that was a really weird experience because I had never been on a C-130 before.
Combat landing
at this point, and we were taking off, and you're sitting on the red,
netting. Yeah, cargo netting.
And you can hear the props, and all of a sudden the props turned off, and we just nosedived.
Brother, that combat landing, they do not fucking prepare you for.
Nobody told me.
It wasn't in the pamphlet, bro. It was not in the pamphlet, dude.
Yeah, I thought we were going down. I mean, you like the gravitron, like we were stuck to the walls, and we were panicking.
That's why I asked, because so many people, like, I'm not military, but so many people we have on that have been in the military. I'm like, do you fly in at night? And it always leads to that, like, and they didn't tell anybody anything. There were people asleep, waking up.
There's the red.
I met a C-17 warrant officer in JBAD. We were like getting coffee at the same time, and I was just telling him, like, what's up, sir? And he was like, where are you out of? Cop Shark. Oh, okay, nice. We were just kind of bullshitting.
Yeah.
And we somehow got on to the combat landing, like how they didn't fucking warn me. And he was like, yeah, basically, we just try not to get shot down by fucking anti-aircraft weaponry.
It's like back then it was really prevalent.
They basically like shut the engine off.
There's no signature coming
and
through.
they wing down, and then they come back, and then they wing down the other way, and then you're I'm like, God damn, dude, bro.
So you have like a all life experience landing, but then like. What's your first, like, outside the base? Like, because we've talked about that before with people. That's like a completely different. You're in the compound, like, your guys' showers got blown up the first day, but like when you finally leave this, like, I mean, it's not safety of your base, but like that
out the wire.
Walls,
no,
what was going out the wire like for the first time? That's what he's trying to ask you. So I'm so sorry.
When we got there, we were there kind of on the tail end of Phantom Fury.
Maybe my Iraq vets know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, it was. Okay. I mean, everybody my age knows what Phantom Fury is.
Is it was just like a hard nose, offensive?
It was. General Mattis basically saying you need to leave the city.
That's when they dropped the pamphlets. Yeah, like get the fuck out of the city.
If you're in the city,
you're an enemy.
You are an enemy.
Yeah,
and we're gonna kill everything in here.
Yeah, I do know what you're. That was Phantom Fury.
Yeah.
Okay.
So people they were kind of starting to come back in, and we were there, just patrolling, a lot of patrolling and moving around, and it was pretty wild, going from
what. So you get there, you get to Camp Lejeune. You get to what was the camp that you operated out of?
It wasn't a camp. We lived in it was like an old.
Was it a JSS?
It was like an outpost, basically.
Didn't they call those JSSs in Iraq?
No, I'm trying to think of what they called them. A fob, basically.
It was a small fob.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was an old apartment complex kind of thing.
Okay. But when you get there, you have HESCO barriers and barbed wire and T-walls and the little zigzaggy thing you got to drive through.
The concertina
wire. But anyway, so like when you get there, how long is it until you're like, okay, boys, left seat, right seat, we're going on mission?
Oh, probably like
day two.
A day. Yeah.
Day 2, day 3.
And then you're out there and you would go. A couple of us would go out with the existing platoon that was there. And then, after about 2 patrols, they're like, all right, you guys got it.
Okay, now I have a follow-up question, and then I'll let you do it because I feel like you have a question coming. For me, Cop Shark, day 1, I land in the middle of the night on a Black Hawk. No idea. It's like me and like 6 other dudes or whatever coming in late. Get in there, total darkness. Never been to this cop before. Don't know the layout.
Yeah.
Don't have my nods on. I'm just stumbling through the dark.
Yeah.
And then day 2, quote day 2 or day 1, I wake up that next morning, indirect fire, like we talked about, almost immediately.
Yep.
Culture shock immediately. Yep. You're like, I'm gonna die here.
Yeah.
Then they say we're doing left seat, right seat, and you're on because we had mission patrol, security patrol, and OP patrol. Like OP, those are the 3 things you would do at any given time.
Yeah.
Mission, pull security on the cop, or OP.
Yeah.
Because we only had 3 platoons. For me, I got OP. So day 2, I go hiking up a fucking 4,000 foot tall mountain, go up this thing, pull this OP. And I'm just hanging out for a couple weeks up there or whatever. But literally on my day 2, I watched one of my buddies almost like fucking die. Like it was hardcore gunfight in the heart of the city.
Oh yeah.
So what was your day 2 like? Was it just a total culture shock? Like what the fuck? Is this? Like, I mean, or was it pretty chill and it took a few weeks for you to like see?
No, it was
almost immediate.
Fallujah was pretty violent. That we had a partner force with us, some police and some army, and we would go
Iraqi
out with
guys.
They weren't They weren't.
They don't speak English real good.
They weren't very great,
or
I'll
at
say
all.
That. No, it was like kind of day 2, kind of. Man, I think I've told this story before, but like that culture shock. Fallujah was the first place I ever saw a dead human being.
Yeah,
I never even went to a funeral growing up, and
that's rough, dude.
yeah,
That is
and
rough.
we're patrolling, and we hear all these women screaming outside of this house, and we're just like, what is that? So we go and check it out, and there's a body with a blanket over it. And our corpsman's there, and he comes over and he pulls it back, and he was executed right through the forehead. He was a guy who was driving supplies for the American troops, and they grabbed him up and murdered him. And I remember like wow, that's a dead person. Like I was standing at his head looking down at him, and it has this kind of sick twist to it, which probably just transformed my whole thought process for the rest of my life. But we're watching, and they're talking to the family, trying to figure out what happened, and all of a sudden, the blankets just starts moving down by his feet, and I'm like, the hell's going on here, And I'm thinking this dude's like reanimating and like coming back to life or something, like a zombie. But a fan had kicked on and was blowing air underneath it.
Full high speed come apart.
So now we're kind of laughing about it, like, oh shit, we're laughing about it later. But it kind of gave me this kind of, I don't know, like a humorous side to like an awful thing.
Right.
Which was able to really help me out later on in life.
It also kind of for me, like same goes for me. Like I had been to funerals and stuff, but like it was my first dead body I'd seen like in the in the thick of things.
Oh yeah.
Like in combat. And when you see that, you're like, this guy was a warrior.
So you hadn't even gotten a firefight at that point.
I don't know if I had. We got in a firefight like the second or third day.
But it's a juxtaposition because you're standing there and you're observing this thing that used to be a warrior or whatever. For me, it was a warrior with a gun belt, ammunitions belt, and everything, the whole bit. And I was like, that guy is literally me. He's just on the wrong end at the wrong time.
I said, if I was born here, I would be that guy.
It's a weird juxtaposition where you realize all of a sudden
that's
this
me.
This ain't no fucking laser tag.
No, I mean, it's a lot different when you're at like a fob or a cop and you're behind a fortified position with a machine gun.
There's a certain sense of security there.
Yeah, you got all your buddies are downstairs or right there with you. Everybody's shooting back. It's a lot different than being out on patrol and getting shot.
No one
at.
there, bro.
Yeah.
What's QRF? 30 minutes? Sometimes, and we'll get to it. I want to get to it faster than slower, but sometimes QRF can be 4, 5, 6 hours away.
Oh, yeah.
And you're in the thick of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, hey, you're going to have to hold what you got.
Yep.
4 hours? 4 fucking, okay. Right. Yeah, black air. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hold what you got.
Yeah.
Okay, roger that.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, dude.
I mean, it was just like, we were not well equipped from, it was very early on in the war. I mean, we would take these, like the old Humvees that had the
canopies,
like the cloth doors, and we would drape.
Don't let it happen again.
Just point it towards your mouth real fast.
I'm only joking, dude.
There you go.
There we go. I do this all the time.
No, you're good.
I talk with my hands.
You're good.
God bless you.
Thank you.
We would drape Kevlar blankets over put sandbags on the floorboard.
Do what you got to do, brother.
IEDs were just starting to be a big thing.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, we lost. I think we lost the battalion. We lost. I think 14 guys that deployment, and probably a couple hundred casualties.
For the folks at home, battalion, at least in the Army, I don't know, a few thousand. What's a battalion in the Marines?
Probably about 800 or 900. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a battalion's not a couple thousand. Maybe I'm thinking division.
Google that. I could be way off.
What's the average Marine battalion size?
So there's 4 companies. The company's like
100 something.
Yeah, 150 people, dude.
What's the average battalion?
BATTALI.
He does. He's not a strong speller, brother. So sorry about that.
Google figures it out. You know what I'm saying? Like at the top there. That's meant for people like me.
You're right. 800 to 1,200.
800 to
1,200. Okay, so I was thinking division, but battalion is about 1,000 soldiers. And you lose 14. I mean, you don't want to lose
14
any.
dead.
You don't want to lose any.
Yeah, we probably lost another 200 casualty or wounded.
Purple Hearts.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose any.
No.
You don't.
No.
Not a single.
No.
But, italicized, but 14 to 1,000, pretty fucking rock solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you think about what you stacked
Oh, yeah.
up.
Oh, dude,
And that was just that tour.
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about coming back because I
Well,
do.
so like you get done with tour 1, how long does that last?
We did 9 months in Fallujah.
And then so like coming back, what's that like
Coming
after the
back,
first one?
oh man,
yeah, how did you integrate?
yeah. I'll tell you how I integrated. I went back to the barracks and we partied,
Just black out.
and I think I re-enlisted that time. No, I didn't re-enlisted yet, but burn all your money you save on deployment on
doesn't matter.
trucks and booze and you name it.
Living life because you survived.
Oh yeah. You feel like you're unstoppable.
So you're back for how long? And they're like, "Hey boys, we're going back."
I think I was back for about
same unit for the second deployment.
Yeah, I think I was back maybe 9 months, maybe.
And they're like, "We're going back."
And then we went to Ramadi.
Did some of your boys hit you up? Like some of the guys you deployed with? Or are you still like in the roster? I don't know how that works. Like you do a deployment and you're done, or do you do a deployment and you're still on roster?
It depends on where you're at in your enlistment. Right. So some of the senior guys, they would either get out or go to another unit, but all my buddies, we were all,
that's why I asked.
E2s and
Same
E3s.
unit.
Yeah.
So same
So we
unit.
all just stayed together. And I mean, some of these guys I did 3 deployments with.
Fuck.
Yeah. So
9 months goes by and they're like, "Hey boys,
yep.
saddle up.
We're going back. We went to Ramadi, which was
Now talk about the differences. This is what I'm curious about. Like from the first deployment to this deployment.
How far away is Ramadi from?
not far.
Okay.
I think Ramadi is east of Fallujah, probably like 50 miles, maybe not even.
You're in the same fucking town.
Yeah. They had a thing called like I think it's like the Death Triangle or something like that. Yeah. It was like Fallujah, Ramadi, Baghdad were the 3 most dangerous places in Iraq.
Well, you got 2 out of 3, brother.
Yeah. I never made it to Baghdad. I'm okay with that.
But anyway, so so you've gained some rank in 9 months, right?
Yeah.
You got ranked
I
up.
was when I got to Ramadi, I was a corporal, E4.
And a corporal is a leadership position.
Yep. I was a fire team leader, so I was in charge of 4 Marines.
So you're now an NCO.
Yep.
What does that look like? Now, I just want to talk. We don't have to go into deep detail with Ramadi because if you're familiar with Iraq and the war in Iraq, both Ramadi and Fallujah, fucking bloodbaths.
Yeah.
Just a fuck puppet show.
It depends on what time you caught them, too.
Really?
Like we were in Ramadi in 2006. And,
pretty heavy.
It was violent. It was the most violent place I've ever been in my life.
So what are some of the biggest differences that you saw from your eyeball there? You know what I mean?
Ramadi was different, and the IED game had really stepped up.
Went up a notch.
They were
everywhere.
Tricky and clever, and the styles and way we would adapt to their
Explain
tactics.
that a little bit. Explain that. How did they get tricky?
A lot, like. And from my perspective, right, there's a lot, like they kind of started off with like command debt, right? They would be a guy sitting in a
we
bush.
talked about one of these in a previous episode where they had lined up stones to look like crosshairs, and as soon
they
as
would
the
have
trick got in the
crosshairs,
middle,
and they would you have to have a guy physically hit something, and then it turned into remote.
Oh, okay.
So and then we started making jammers, and we'd have jammers to block signals. So they're sitting there hitting this cell phone and it's not working. And then it turned into pressure plates.
That's the fucking...
Which are the worst. And then, I mean, we saw things like, we had these like all-stars enemy over there that we would name, Yeah. There was one guy called the Fisherman.
We had a couple of those. Like we had like a guy something sniper. It was like the name of the town and the sniper.
Yeah. So we had the Fisherman, and he had cut a hole, and there was a couple of buildings stacked up by the main MSR roadway. And he had chipped out holes along the floor about 2 feet high, a couple of rooms back, and we could watch it. Convoys coming, he would push with a big pole. He pushed this IED out in the middle of the road.
What a cunt!
And then if they stopped and they started,
investigating,
kind of countering that IED, he had it on a rope. He would wheel it back in.
What a cunt!
And then they would just drive off, and then he'd wait for the next one. He'd push it back out. Yeah, we found him.
What was his cool last name again?
The Fisherman.
The Fisherman. Yeah.
Fucking dude.
He's no longer with us.
He has met Allah.
No, we caught on to that pretty quickly.
But what are some of the other key differences? You're a leader now. You've got 3 guys under you.
Yeah,
or 4?
yeah. So I was in a leadership position. I had 3 under me.
3 under you.
That's the smallest kind of unit.
A team.
Yeah, the smallest unit in the Marine Corps. Ramadi was extreme. Like we did not go out you went out during the day. You were 1,000%
getting contact.
Not just contact. Like you're getting somebody killed or somebody's getting hit, no matter what.
Yeah. What else, man? I don't want to cut you off.
There was
sorry.
a lot of that. I mean, you would go out during the day, man, and I would carry like 5 or 6 smokes, like smoke grenades.
You have to,
because you're in these alleys and there's walls. I mean, and
You're on foot.
Oh yeah, and you're just popping smoke and trying to get to somewhere
on
safety.
foot the entire.
Oh yeah.
Let's.
I also did some mobile stuff
Some
when I was
mechanized
there.
shit?
Yeah,
Okay.
but Humvees, but it wasn't.
Okay, but
anything
mostly
safe.
on foot, building to building,
Yeah.
road to road, alley
Yep.
to alley.
Yep.
Yeah, smokes are a integral. As a light infantryman,
Yeah.
that's your best.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking friend.
Yeah.
You got to call helo in. You got to
Oh, yeah.
fucking
We
get
were-
out of this field. You got to get out of this neighborhood. Pop smoke is a saying for a reason.
Yep.
Pop
Yep.
fucking smoke,
Yep.
dude.
And it's that warfare
Exfil.
movie we were talking about. That I was in Ramadi when they were filming that in Ramadi, or where it took place. So that's why it really hit me, because I was
were
there at the
there?
same time.
When they were making it,
Not when they were making it, but when
okay.
it took place.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. One interesting thing I do want to ask: a difference between Iraq and Afghanistan. Afghanistan had a fighting season. We did.
Yeah.
It was about 10 months long, 9
Yep.
months long. It was basically from like when the snow caps started melting, so like March, like when the snow comes off the mountain until the snow starts building again, and that's usually October,
Yeah.
November.
Nobody wants to fight in the snow.
Well, they don't.
No.
But we're still out there fucking patrolling in
Yeah,
it.
you
bet
are.
your sweet
Yeah,
dick we are.
damn right.
But it was like a downtime.
Yeah.
Did, short of like Ramadan and shit, like did you guys have like a down
No.
season?
No, I mean,
It was just full force the whole time.
I got there. We got there in September, and we didn't leave until May.
And it's just
And
full dump
I mean,
the
it
clutch.
was. I mean, every single day, because
Yeah.
we had our
Yeah.
positions. And,
Absolutely.
I mean, I had just done Fallujah, and I would go on post, to guard, because we had our cycles, right? You'd be on guard or whatever OP watch. Or you sit in the sandbag bunker with a 50 cal machine gun, and you're just. Hopefully nobody shoots at me today.
And OP, for the record, we've mentioned it twice now. Observation post. For non-military folks, it's just you sitting far away, observing your boys, your team on mission, or watching a high kinetic area or something like that.
Essentially, it's just a guard tower on top of. So if anybody's trying to come in at night, we can catch them and
Eyes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting.
So we would do that.
How did it feel leading men through all this chaos?
Did you lose any of the?
I
three
did
guys?
not.
Okay.
I did not.
This is a new thing for you, because before it was more survivability, take orders.
Yeah, I was a point man. I just navigated patrols.
You had to commit to those orders, and you just did what you were told to do, and you did it to the best of your ability. Now you're the guy saying, hey, I've got 2 guys above me saying, I need you guys to do this and do it right now.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like, leading men in pure chaos?
It's man, it's kind of scary, like you look at these guys like they're family. You don't want them to get hurt. You want to make sure you're making the right calls. And it, as you know, everything's so reactionary. You just kind of roll with it, and
there's no proactivity in warfare.
There's no. I mean, there's no book you can read to be like, hey, if I just study this, we will be good, and they will come home alive.
Nope.
It's just chaos.
Yeah. Somebody has a saying about warfare that emulates that. It's something along the lines of like, it's just pure, like how chaotic war is.
Oh yeah.
And it's a really profound quote, and it's on the tip of my, I can't remember, but it really is. It's just like, you're standing here, everything's fine, and then everything's on fire, and it's like, figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, that was, I mean, we actually got there on September 11th, which was funny. And I remember like 4 or 5 days into it, I mean, we had this is a big difference from Fallujah to Ramadi. They would have coordinated attacks on us. I mean, they would come at us with 15, 20 guys.
L shapes, different angles.
But I mean, they would come
Timing.
and they would RPGs, and you name it. And man, we would be getting
get you
after
with
it.
indirect while their forces are pushing up closer.
Yeah, and it's not like, oh, we shoot and they shoot and it's over. I mean, we're talking like 4, 5, 6 hour gunfights.
Yeah.
Where you're dropping
Your
gimblers
adrenaline's full
and
throttle.
oh yeah. I used to have a helmet cam. I had a helmet cam at one point in time. A friend let me borrow it, and there is there was this was 10 days into it.
Yeah.
Big gunfight, and I'd been blown out of the post from an RPG, and I'm going down to a saw, a machine gun.
Yeah.
And I'm changing the ammo on it, the feed tray cover, I'm lifting up, and my hands are shaking like this.
Oh yeah, brother.
And I don't remember it at the time. There was so much adrenaline that my body
probably
couldn't
didn't even
control
notice
it.
your hands
No,
were
and
shaking.
I didn't even notice until I looked at it later, and I'm changing the feed tray, and
Because in your
getting
mind's
back
eye,
on.
you're like, I've done this 1,000 times. Feed tray up, sweep out,
Yeah.
put the belt in,
Yeah.
brass
Yeah.
the grass. You know what I'm saying? You've just done
Man,
it.
I
so
haven't
many
heard that. in
Yeah,
a long
brass the
time.
grass,
Brass
baby.
the grass,
Yeah, dude. Belts
butter,
up.
Butter jam.
Now let's go, dude. Brass the grass. But anyway, so you guys, you get out of Ramadi, full
Yeah.
team.
Is that
Everyone
the end
comes
of your
home.
second deployment?
Yeah, in May, the second deployment that was
And that's when
over.
you come home and meet your wife.
Nope.
Okay.
I came home and continued
The chaos, the
chaos.
drinking, and
Yeah,
the partying,
a
and
lot of drinking, a lot of just.
Because what else do you do? I knew guys that went with me to Afghanistan that never touched alcohol, and then when we came back from Cop Chart, they were fucking animals.
Oh, yeah.
Just caged
Yeah.
animals. Just like they had that first shot of fucking Jaeger.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was just like, I felt like at the time that was all you could do to just like get even keel.
Oh,
you know what I mean? To
there
get
was-
level
man,
headed.
There was just a lot of that, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
like some guys, man, the way they came back. Like I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Like some of my best friends in the world, I never hung out with them outside of work because they were just animals.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go to war with them any day, but coming back here, it was just like it was too much.
Complete wild card.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
There's a lot of guys like that out there, unfortunately.
But those are the ones you want to go to war with.
Absolutely,
100%.
Yeah. Like I go to war with you. You're not going to babysit my kids, but you will go to war.
100%. Yeah, actually, I'm not going to even give you my address.
Yeah, exactly. I can hang out with you one time a year, and then
And I'll meet you at an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah.
UDT,
Yeah.
Eastern Central Standard. Anyways, so you're back for how long? What happens? What's the next big step in your career? So you come back from
So I came
Ramadi.
back from that, and then we were going on a MU, a Marine Expeditionary Unit.
What does that mean?
It's when the Navy always has ships out, right?
Yeah.
In the Pacific or in the Mediterranean.
They're just out there.
They're out there always.
Just new boot
There's
cruising.
always a unit of Marines on there in case they need to go somewhere. They're always like, oh, they're sending Marines in off this ship. They're already sitting out on ship for 3 or 4 months, and then they get called in.
Yeah, they're in the Atlantic just vibing.
Yeah.
Waiting for something to
Or
pop
they
off.
were just going to go somewhere directly, but have the ship there.
Was that your first time like at sea versus being like flown into country?
So we trained on ship,
Okay.
and they were just like coming up to like, hey, we're just going to fly you to Afghanistan. We're not even going to take the ships anymore.
So Afghanistan, your first Afghanistan
Yeah.
is you as a proper Marine infantryman.
Yeah. I was in
How-
08.
So I've heard nightmare stories
Oh yeah.
about Marines just getting fucking chewed up. And
Yeah.
Why was it so different I've heard bad stories about Army. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard a dozen. I get it. Like we were all on cops and
Yeah.
why were Marines just getting chewed? And it seems like every week there was a story, 12 Marines dead and
Yeah,
or
yeah.
10 Marines dead, 5 Marines dead in ambush. Why were you guys going down? What was was it the change in theater?
The change in theater had a lot to do with it. I think also the Taliban were a much more sophisticated fighting force than the guys we were fighting in
and
Iraq.
no one talks about the supplementary forces either.
And in Iraq,
the Czech fighters and stuff they had coming in.
Yeah.
They had some dogs coming in.
Oh yeah.
They had some dogs in Afghanistan.
We had one of those out there running around after us.
They had a nickname for him, like Black stands out, but I don't think that's right.
I can't remember.
But
I know
yeah,
what you're
all the
talking
guys
about.
that weren't Afghanis, but they were like recruiting them in
Yeah.
to come fight for the Taliban.
Yeah, they were like redheaded and white.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
They're like Czech boys and fucking just Balkan guys.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And the Balkan community, we just talked about this the other day. The Balkan community, like those dudes, those people are bred to fight.
oh yeah.
The people that grew up in the Balkan Mountains, like they are just born, they are ready to fucking.
Well, a lot of that area has been fighting since the beginning of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since their country
Yeah.
became a country, they're
Yeah.
just fighting.
But I mean, I think like the biggest difference that we had, well, in Iraq, for the most part, you're in some type of position unless you're patrolling. You're in a position or a base or a fob or some whatever you want to call it.
You have a stance.
You have a place where you can go and sleep at night and relatively be safe.
Yeah.
Right? And then you can refit and you can get out and go after it.
Yeah, refit and rekit and get the fuck after it.
Yeah. When we went into Afghan, we went to an area in Helmand Province, Garmser, where there had not been any Americans yet. There was a couple of Brit forces, but they were all kind of holed up in their
little gay
their
uniforms.
little base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their little fucking Girl Scout uniforms they had.
I mean, we did a heliborne assault. A Marine unit did. Like, I mean, it was the first time I had heard. I don't know if this is accurate.
I've done a couple of
It was
those.
like the largest one that a Marine force had done since like Vietnam. But they had a whole company load up. I was first stick, first wave coming in, and we just, here's your LZ. This is your objective when you land.
Yeah.
Then you get out, and we're moving through this village, and
Like parachuting in and then regrouping?
not parachuting, helicopters coming in and running off the back.
Gotcha.
And we would live in these little kind of, I say houses, but they're like 4 mud walls,
Mud huts.
maybe a roof, or just a giant waddy hole in the ground where you put a little tarp up over. And I lived in a hole in the ground for 4 months.
Yeah.
And then you would patrol out of that. But these guys, man, I personally got ambushed twice really good.
Yeah.
They were smarter in their tactics, and it was a learning curve.
Well, what was it? 40 years before that, they were fighting a essentially D1 college in Russia on their own turf. You know what I mean?
Like a couple, 1,000 years before that, they were fighting Alexander the Great.
They're again the Balkan countries. Like Afghan people are not afraid to fight.
Yeah, no, it's they were better.
And also, you're not clapping dudes in gym shorts with no shirt and flip flops.
No.
With an AK spraying around a corner.
Yeah,
you're going against a unit.
Well, and you're fighting in the middle of open fields.
Nowhere to hide.
There's no cover.
No.
I mean, hardly anywhere. So you had to, I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. Bounding tactics. We were actually doing those, which you think, why am I doing? We're never going to do this. We're in the city. We're not going to do this. And you're out in the middle of a poppy field. And you get caught off guard by, 9 guys shooting at you with RPKs. And it's like, okay, this is real.
Dishkas. That's a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
That Dishka will fuck your life up. Did you miss the Kiowa? So the Kiowas, I've been told, the helicopter, Kiowas were rather popular in Iraq.
Yeah.
For like gun runs and stuff.
I've flown on them, but different units, different times.
But they don't do Kiowas in Afghanistan because the elevation is too high.
No, we had Huey Cobra teams.
I don't know what a Huey Cobra is.
No, a Huey and a Cobra. So a Cobra is
like a Huey helicopter?
Huey helicopter, yeah.
You guys were flying Hueys in Afghanistan?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
They
When did I miss that?
They would have 50 cals on them, like miniguns, yeah. And then the Cobras, they would have Hellfire missiles.
That's hot.
And it was, they were awesome. I mean, I was calling for fire regularly. I was a sergeant at this time, E5, and I had 12 Marines under me.
What was leadership like, having guys underneath you in Iraq?
Yeah.
Level, ground, flat, nearly close to sea level.
Yep.
What was it like leading men there and then having to lead men in Afghanistan? I mean,
well, where I was at in Afghanistan, level flat. It was all
your elevation?
Oh, hell, I don't even remember.
But I think the whole country of Afghanistan is like 5,000 feet above sea level.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, it took you a while to get used to,
right? So like how taxing it is and how gassed you are, but you still have to lead. That's what I'm getting at. Like,
and so you're finding at a disadvantage to
people who
live there. And these are guys that they were in my team when I was in Ramadi, and then I became a squad leader and they were my fire team leaders.
Nice.
So we came
rapport.
Up together. Yeah,
you have rapport.
Shout out Marty Graham and Will Ash, and Shane Gibney, man. Those were my boys.
Dude, Gibney's a dope last name, dude. Shout out to that dude.
Yeah.
Gibney, dude.
Those guys were my fire team leaders, man, and they were great. Going out with them, it was different. I was going to tell a story that kind of tied it in, but you might pass out.
Don't do it, dude. Don't do it.
No.
Can you tell it without all the
blood and the guts?
Details?
There's no blood necessarily, but there's some details.
Go for
it.
If he passes out, you and I will just keep going.
Yeah.
I'll
be back in like 20 minutes.
It's like those bonds that you make with guys in horrible and in great situations, right? And in Ramadi one night we were going out. We were in this the souk is what they called it. Imagine like
like an area, and that's the name.
It's
for
like
the
a
area?
market area, and imagine like storage units with the garage doors that roll up. It's just a bunch of those with sheets and
like
shit.
a bazaar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we had some Iraqi police with us, and we open up one of them, and there's a bunch of explosives in there, and we were like, all right, everybody get back. Nobody touch anything.
Red flags.
So we're backing up, and of course, a couple of the Iraqi policemen go in there, and they picked up what I had heard was a video camera, and it detonated. It was a.
Why would you touch anything?
So I mean, they died. Two of them died instantly.
Had to be.
One of them, he was missing his legs, and we were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Earmuffs.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
Earmuffs.
But we had gotten him out, and I was actually pulling him out. They were cauterized, so there was no blood. And we run this body over to the aid station, well, the little truck, the meat wagon's what we called it.
Yeah.
And two of my guys in my fire team, they were on security, and I said, and they're looking back at us, and I'm like, hey, I'm getting ready to come back by here with somebody. Like, don't turn around, just keep looking that way, and of
Also,
course,
mind your field of fire, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, and then the one, of course, he couldn't resist, and he turns, and he starts throwing up, and
poor
I'm like,
guy.
I'm like, ooh, I told you, buddy. But
Don't turn around.
yeah, that was.
That would have been Tom. He would have taken a peek and then just fell asleep on his machine gun.
There's some more details that I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah, we'll leave it alone.
But like those were the guys that were in charge of my fire teams now. Like those type of dudes.
How did you see? Okay, I have an insightful question on them specifically. How did they evolve? How did you? Because you're evolving with them at the same time, and now you're taking on 10 guys.
Yeah.
or you're taking on 8 guys.
Yeah.
How did those 2 or
At
3?
like what, age 26?
Oh
28?
no! I was probably 24.
24.
I was
That's about
24, and I mean they were probably, gosh, they were young. They were probably 19, 20 years old.
What did you see in them? What did you notice?
It was actually, I mean, watching them.
The growth as like a.
Like, you have an eye. You can identify guys who are going to be leaders
You have
someday.
one eye. I have 2.
That's
but,
true.
Okay, yeah.
But
I get it. Yeah, you have an eye for this.
You
thing.
can
You're-
see some guys, they got it.
have it.
Yeah. And then it's just trying to develop that with them as best you can. Like, I don't know everything about this, right? I'm learning too. And I think they gave me a lot of grace with that.
What do you do with a guy that doesn't have it and is in a leadership position?
You give them a saw.
I have a question about that. I only say that because I had a
Saw.
No, a saw. Like
machine
a
gun.
squad automatic weapon.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He's
Because
the
you
machine
had
gunner.
Oh yeah. I was not in a leadership position in Afghanistan, but I did have a saw for like half the deployment.
Yeah.
I'm a big 223 guy.
Yeah.
Also very stupid.
Yeah.
Jake
Well-
will attest to that. I'm very stupid. I run fast. I'll shoot.
It's not so much the smartness, right? It's like you need someone, you got to give them direction.
Yeah.
You don't put them in a position where they need to try to make decisions. It's just, hey, point the gun that way and shoot until we say
instincts takes over at that
Yeah.
point.
Let me go one step further. Let's say the individual is a commissioned officer.
stop. I've dealt with that before.
What is that? And a commissioned officer, for the record, you have a non-commissioned officer, which is your enlisted gentlemen who typically don't have college degrees. Not always. Sometimes they do. But the commissioned officers are the guys that run, groups of 30 men or larger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
They're the guys playing the chessboard, not the.
they're the
piece.
chess player. Yes. And sometimes you have this chess player on missions with you, right?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
lower end.
Yeah, the lieutenants.
Butter bars, silver bars.
Yep.
I had a butter bar in Afghanistan who replaced a first lieutenant who had gotten blown up. And this butter bar came in from the States straight into our cop and was like, all right, I got this shit. Let's go. Where am I? Just looked like a stud. Name was funny enough name.
Perfect name.
Hand of God. You can't make this shit up. Jake New knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But anyways, he takes over. He's like, where are the frequent points of attack? What's going on? What are you seeing? He's brand new to country. Takes over our platoon.
Yep.
And we get in our first gunfight.
Doesn't go well
Not
for
good.
him. Yeah.
And I think he got dismissed, and I can't remember what. And again, I'm not here to judge anybody's character,
Sure, yeah.
but that's an example of not having that dog.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
What do you do about
when
that?
when it comes to that?
If you're enlisted and you're looking at a commissioned officer, and you're like, sir, with all due respect,
yeah.
let's get it fucking going.
Well,
How do you handle that?
there's two ways you can handle it, I think. One is, just be completely against him and get the whole platoon against him, which
Vote
is
him
going to
out?
just be no. I mean, like resistance is what I guess what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah,
And
explain
then
that.
and then you just resist them at all costs, right? And you're just the cohesion in that unit's going to be garbage, and you're all going to get killed. Then the other way, and I've kind of dabbled a little bit of that because I didn't like a leader that I had, and then it's like
It happens.
if you don't like it, change it, right? Like pray that you have a great platoon sergeant, the enlisted equivalent of the platoon leader. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you mentor and you shape and you suggest and you try to get them to that level.
Try to get them to see.
Yeah.
Were you thinking like that at the age that you experienced this?
No, definitely not.
Because he's not.
So that's insight looking back.
Looking
on the
back
situation.
now,
Gotcha.
right? And I've done both, right? And you don't get to pick,
You don't.
but do you want to go home alive?
Yeah.
So you can sit here and fight this guy all day long and tell him he's an idiot, and get the whole platoon against him, and they hate him. It's not going to go well for your unit.
You're just going to cause angst and
or
animosity.
you try as hard as you can to work with them, and you just keep trying to get to that point, make suggestions, but not tell him what to do because he's in charge.
Right.
So the individual I'm referencing, it was his worst failure was the lack of the inability to make a decision, which is as good as writing your own death warrant.
Yep.
Make the wrong decision. I don't care, but make a goddamn decision. Because we'll get out of this dark hole you're going to take us into.
Yeah.
But get me to that dark hole. We're getting shot at.
We're going to back you either way. Just let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're ride or die.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of junior commissioned officers, the ones that don't have it,
Yeah.
I think indecisions, that's one of the biggest things a lot of these brand new butter bars don't have.
Or they're worried about the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They're not. I think as long as a leader can genuinely put the interest of the men in their charge as their priority and not what higher up's going to think or what their career looks like.
Yeah.
If you have a genuine love for that unit,
You're
I
going to be
think
good.
you're going to be good.
Yeah, you're going to be good. I want to get into your later
I
part
wanted
of the
to do
career.
like
We're over an hour.
Yeah, he said he's not pressed for time, so we'll just go.
Okay.
Yeah, we can edit out whatever you need.
But we can even drop 2 parts. I mean, we used to drop 3-4 hour long episodes, but the retention's not there, so we might just chop it up into 2 different episodes.
All right.
good.
Anyways, you were going to say. Sorry,
I was going to say, like going back from how long were you in Afghanistan?
6 months.
And that's another tour, and then you come back home.
Yep. Then I came back home.
So like you made more with less in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't have.
Right.
I mean,
You're
when we
basically
landed,
living
they
like
said
a third world person.
Yeah, they said we're going to do a 7 to 10 day op, and we were out there almost 4 months.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have a change of underwear.
You're getting airdrops.
Yeah,
For food.
I mean, literally airdrops.
Which is like a mission in itself to go.
Oh yeah, then you got to go recover it, and you got to carry back like 200 water bottles. And
I have
they're
such
heavy
a
as-
funny story,
yeah,
dude. We got
sucks.
airdropped everything at my cop, and there was
Yeah.
a time where our civilian airdropper who's coming in on a prop plane started taking Dishka fire. So he fucking bailed out of his flight path to the cop and just dropped the payload in a fucking town
yeah.
that we fucking hate.
Yep.
And they hate us.
Or the parachute fails
Yeah.
and everything explodes
And
on the ground.
Immediately they were like, hey, we don't have any water.
Yeah.
We got to go to this really bad town to go get our water.
Yeah.
It's like the worst.
But like coming back from that and having to make the most out of like the worst, and then like coming back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like you meet your wife in that gap. So is there,
No, I didn't meet her there.
No? I just keep jumping the gun on
No.
it. So you go back a 4th time before you're.
Well, then, so when I was there, I mean, we were like on the front line, just slugging it out with these guys every day. And I remember one night in particular, there was a target kind of, like a click away. And I start seeing
and a
this.
click is what, a
about-
half a mile?
Yeah, half a mile roughly.
Half a mile.
I see this, AC-130 overhead just dropping ordnance on this, and then I see a helicopter come in. I see these guys get out, and I'm like, man, that's what I want to do. Like this
Just
is
some fucking dirty ass.
yeah, like this is bullshit. We're just sitting
Some
here
grimy-
shooting back and forth every day. Like,
Are those like military contractors?
No, these are SF.
These were like
are
special ops
fucking-
guys. Yeah,
These are there's a term like
Do you have to do so many tours before you can qualify
No.
for that, or
no,
you can go right in.
Well, not in the Marine Corps, you can't.
You can't just no tours, no experience, just jump into it.
You can't
Like
just
on your
jump
third
in.
tour, that's when you experienced that for the first time. And you
Well,
were
I was a sergeant, and I saw it for the first time and got to understand air, and I was. You're just kind of living in a phase when you're young.
Right.
Like my first 4 years in the Marine Corps, like, God, I didn't know anything about the Marine Corps or military or fighting, to tell you the truth. We thought we did.
Yeah, you're just graduating with like what's the first degree you get in college? Associate's degree. Yeah, you got an associate's degree in warfare.
Yeah. But you think you know it all. But no, so after sergeant, there's staff sergeant, which that's the platoon sergeant
E6.
level, E6. A little bit more of an administrative role, and I did not want to do that. And I said, well, I'll just, what's next? I'll go to Marine Recon. And they said, hey, there's this new thing, MARSOC, Marine Special Operations Command. You should try that out. And I was like, okay.
Can you explain something to me before we get into this?
Sure.
MARSOC, is that a part of SOCOM?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. That's all I need to know.
Yep. SOCOM.
And SOCOM is Special Operations Communication?
No, Special Operations Command.
So
you got Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, SOCOM. Those are the branches of service, roughly.
Okay.
And then under SOCOM, you would have, like, the Navy has Navy SEALs. The Marine has Marine Raiders. The Army has Army Green Berets and Rangers. Air Force has, I can't remember what the hell they're called, but they have a version
Para.
of it. Yeah, or TAC-P or something like that. I can't remember. Cool guys, but I just can't remember the name of their shit. They got a couple different units inside.
I want to say it's like I can't remember.
Yeah, but so Marine Special Operations is under SOCOM.
So you go to, there's this opening with MARSOC.
Yeah, that selection is open. I went to selection.
What was that? Walk me through that, because that's an experience. That's 3 months, 4 months, right?
Selection was, I want to say it was like a month. So this is like the gatekeeper before you can go and even try to be a Raider. Yeah. Okay. We weren't even Raiders, and the name didn't even exist until like 2012. But it was very new. I think I was like the 10th or 11th selection class ever. A lot of walking around with rucks on, figuring out impossible problems.
Is this like 2 classes a year? Like 2 graduating classes?
I don't know how many they do. They probably do.
Back then, was it like 1 a year that would graduate?
There was probably, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, because they were only about a month long. So you could do.
So you were probably in like again, to your point, the infancy stage of this program.
Yeah.
But probably like the 2nd or 3rd year of the program of quote Raiders.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I think we started off with like 110 guys, and I think 30 of us made it through selection.
That's tough.
It just sucked.
Walk me through the course. Walk me through. So you make it through selection. So now you're through the gatekeeping, because it's a bunch of running.
We make it through select. Yeah, it's a lot of
testing.
swimming and running and logical selection. Games and a lot of psychological evaluations and tests and written tests.
Are they having you like run and swim and then do these tests?
Sometimes, yeah. But a lot of it, like personality tests and, to try to see if there's any sociopaths or psychopaths out there, really.
Were you, so like we talked a bit before the show, like you're Catholic now, were you religious then? Or like when did that come into play in your...
No, I mean, I was a cradle Catholic, grew up that way, and, living the last 4 or 5 years of just pretty violent existence. I'd gotten away from it for a long time there. I actually didn't really get back into it until about maybe 7 years ago.
What made you find it? Again,
my wife opened the door for me.
All right, there you go. Remember
so
that.
like, do you go and do do you do one deployment with the special, like what would you call MSAC?
MARSOC.
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 Yeah, MARSOC. I did 5 deployments with MARSOC.
And how many did you do before you met your wife?
5. Yeah,
gotcha.
5. So she's done 5 deployments.
And those are like more intense, like this is your squad, here's the mission, get in, get out.
Infantry, I did 3 infantry just like that, and then like the MARSOC, we're kind of bouncing ahead a little bit, that's all right. But I went to the Philippines twice, a lot of like partner training. We did some missions over there that were pretty cool.
Yeah, you did really jump the time.
Did you eat any menudo? Like any, what isn't that what it's called? Menudo?
Menudo is cow intestines.
Oh, what's the? It's
balut.
like Balut. Yeah, the chicken and the egg.
It's a duck egg. Yeah.
Duck egg.
Like half fermented. I've eaten a lot of those.
Fermented.
It's not good.
It's fully developed. You're like chewing beak.
Yeah, there's a beak and sometimes little feathers.
Let's come back, Thomas. Jesus Christ.
So selection, and then you go to
MARSOC.
ITC, which is individual training course.
Yeah,
It's a 9-month course that makes you a Marine Raider, where you get your,
God bless you.
SEALs have their tridents. We have our little Raider Jack.
Okay.
Are commonly known as a stripper chicken.
I like a stripper chicken.
Yeah.
Can you Google stripper chicken?
Yeah,
real quick?
you'll probably see it.
Look up stripper chicken.
I don't know what you'll see actually if you.
I'm real scared. There's just a bunch of
Hairless chickens.
chickens being defamed.
If you type in just type in MARSOC, you'll probably see the Jack on there somewhere.
MARSOC.
Yep.
SOC. No, SOC. There you go.
There it
the
is.
Russian in me.
Because they said it looks like
yeah.
a chicken on a stripper pole.
Yeah, it's a stripper chicken.
So that's what we wear.
Cleverly
instead of a
named.
trident. Yeah.
Cleverly named stripper chicken.
So
you received your stripper
9 month.
chicken.
Yep, I got it. And I was class. There's some debate about this, but all my homies will attest to this. But we were class 1.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a pilot course before us that had gone through it, and then they graduated, and they had to bring them back to do some amphibious stuff. And it was like a pilot, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Right.
I love all those guys, but it didn't count. We were class 1.
Hell yeah, brother.
Which is kind of like OG stuff.
Yeah.
I feel pretty proud about that.
Yeah,
you know,
guys are fucking bunch of.
they're on like
gangsters,
SEAL
dude.
class, like probably 280 right now, and I was class 1.
It's crazy.
Wait, SEAL class?
Yeah.
SEAL class.
Like-
I thought we were talking MARSOC.
No, I said SEALs are probably on class.
Oh.
Okay. When you add them up. Yeah.
223
Well,
or
that-
234.
See what the current one is. That was a TV show they did.
Oh yeah. Do current class.
I said 280. Let's see how far off I am.
Not getting a lot of good answers here. Elaboration 24 week. Okay, we're talking about the class. What class are they fucking on, dude?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
Jesus fucking
It's somewhere
Christ.
probably around there, right?
Yeah, 280 probably.
Oh, damn.
364.
365. I was way
shit.
off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have agreed with you. You
Yeah.
could have told me
Yeah.
that in
Just go with it.
solidarity, and I would have been like,
that is the truth.
I was
Go
like, he's
with it.
right. He's
Google.
right. My friend Paul is correct.
Google doesn't know. What is
Google's
Google
wrong, dude. Bunch of hippies.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So,
so
yeah,
you were
we
saying,
go through that. It's
you get your stripper
it's
chicken.
brutal. Yeah, we get through that.
What was the worst part about it? I don't want to linger because we are a little far in, but what is the worst part of the MARSOC training? Like the boot camp of MARSOC, if you will.
I think the hardest part.
ITV, I think you called it, right?
What's that?
The course is called
ITC.
ITC.
Yeah.
What was the worst part of ITC?
I think the worst part for a lot of
Sticks
guys
out in
was
your
like the
brain.
CQB package. You do like a couple months of just shooting.
What?
I mean,
that's like the
constant.
best part.
Yeah, but I mean, any mistake, you haven't what you guys call accidental discharges. We call them a negligent discharge.
No, it's a negligent discharge. Indy.
Yeah,
Pretty common.
you're gone.
Shit. They cut you from the course.
You're completely gone. You don't pass the standard. You don't pass the qual. And the quals were hard.
Were you making fun of the guys that like you're doing it with one eye?
No. But I did
Did they make fun of you? Like, old one-eye Linberg.
Yeah. Eagle eye. Yeah.
Eagle eye.
That was the first place I really shot a pistol.
Yeah, because you don't really...
I shot right-handed my whole life. And when I went to boot camp was the first time I had to shoot left-handed because I couldn't see out of my right eye. So now I shoot a rifle left-handed and I shoot a pistol right-handed.
No shit.
Yeah.
I shoot rifle left-handed. Actually, I'm ambidextrous.
Yeah.
You know where I get that from? Just fun fact. Switch hitting in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same.
I did
It's
the
so
same thing.
weird how it
Yeah.
translates. But like I would in school, I would switch hit and
Yeah.
it would piss the pitcher off. I would start off right-handed, throw my hand up, do my little stretch or whatever,
Get on
and
the
then
other
I would
side.
go around the
Yeah.
other side, and that pitcher's like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So now I can shoot a rifle left or right-handed.
Yeah. Oh, you have to do that during all the quals anyway. But
Because you're leaning corners and stuff.
Yeah. So I would shoot left-handed rifle, but that was
That's
the first place I
interesting,
really. They were trying to
Nice,
get me to
dude.
shoot a pistol left-handed. It just didn't feel right. So
Yeah.
it feels right like that now.
Yeah, I get
So,
it. I get it.
Yeah, we get through that, and I did a couple deployments. I got on a team, and we did a couple deployments to the Philippines.
What does that look like? A deployment to the Philippines?
Man,
What do you do
they were
there?
pretty
There's
cool.
no war there.
Well, there's plenty of action going on there.
And people getting shot?
Oh yeah,
In the Philippines?
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Not-
My Way
not
is
US.
out of control in the Philippines right now, dude. Do you know about My Way?
oh yeah.
You know about the My Way thing? The Frank Sinatra My Way song?
Oh no.
You don't know about
I
that?
was thinking why way.
Brother, we just lost our monitor. Tom's doing a horrible job here, but apparently not apparently. We've Googled this multiple times on the show. You are not allowed to sing the song by Frank Sinatra, "My Way," in the Philippines.
If you, they like full on
Karaoke
kill
is the
people.
national pastime,
And
there.
they will not. If you try to sing "My Way," bars won't let you select the song.
Interesting.
Yeah, bars
I didn't
won't
know
let you.
that.
Yeah, because there've been so many violent altercations. They love the song. They love Frank Sinatra so much.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not allowed to fucking. Dude,
yeah.
don't do it.
Don't you dare.
So do you think like as a Marine you get to experience more of the like local culture like later in these years of like this group that you're deployed with, like you get to
Yeah, like going to the Philippines, it wasn't like a war zone, but there, I mean, Abu Sayyaf and JI, there was Islamic terrorist groups that still down there today, and they would, I mean, the Filipino Marines and Special Forces, they would be actively fighting these guys, and we were there living on base in the jungle with these friendly forces, and helping train and plan and assist, and
Can I politely ask, did you stack or zip tie more bodies in the Philippines? Is that a polite question? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ask.
No,
that.
no.
Did you stack more bodies or zip tie more bodies?
No, we.
You know what I'm saying?
We weren't around. Like a lot of what we were doing was
training.
Was getting these guys and pushing them out the door to go and do it.
Oh, so you're just helping the Philippine forces.
We didn't have a lot of like direct.
Okay. So it's
confrontation.
So you're not getting.
We had to be. I think we had to be 2 terrain features away. And there was always this debate on like, well, what's a terrain feature? There's a little hill that's on there.
Railroad tracks.
Yeah.
We're going, dude.
I mean, we would
somebody build a stop sign real fast.
Yeah,
that's an intersection.
It wasn't like like a normal type of thing.
So you did 2 of those.
Did 2 of those. And
what
then
happens after those?
After those, I went to Tunisia. I was in
What the fuck is that?
Right, where is that?
North Africa.
Oh, Bullhorn area?
Right there on the Med. Yeah, it's a beautiful country.
Oh, I'm so
got Algeria to the
you're
west
right.
and-
You're literally on the Horn of Africa.
So did you get to go like see some of these ancient ruins?
Yeah. I went to that Coliseum, El Gem.
I'm so
That's where
jealous.
they filmed The Gladiator. I
Really?
got
No,
pictures.
it's not.
I'll show you afterwards.
Oh,
I got
my-
pictures of me up
You
there.
can text it right now.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
text it, I'll plug it into the show afterwards.
Does he have your number?
He has my number, so it won't.
yeah.
But I'll plug
do
it
it,
in
yeah.
the
Oh
video.
my god!
I think,
that's where they filmed Gladiator.
Yeah, it was really
no
cool.
Shit,
Actually,
dude.
a lot of Star Wars was filmed over there too. I was in Luke Skywalker's house in the hole in the ground.
That's
No
so
shit.
cool.
Yeah. It's like a hotel kind of restaurant.
Oh my
now.
god, dude! Shout out to fucking Tunisia, dude.
Yeah, but
Damn, they're doing it right, dude. They're
Is
like,
there any like food you got to experience on this that you
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, fuck, I wish we had that here?
you know what? I miss naan and
naan,
just goat meat.
Naan is really good.
And it's not like the same. You get it like Yak and Yeti.
Well,
or,
they had a great. I never liked olives until I went to Tunisia. Now I love olives, man. That's like the heartland of olives.
Yeah, that's
great.
olive country, dude.
It's an old. I mean, you would have like the Roman ruins on top of the Carthage ruins.
God, so
like
fucking
I would
dope.
go down to old
You're
little
just nerding out on
little
history.
mini coliseums. I'd just go there for lunch and just go sit on them and eat lunch.
That's
I
so
worked
fucking
out
sick,
of the embassy. I lived in an apartment downtown and had my own car, and we would do
Let
a lot
me
of work.
bluntly ask: after Mars, like once you've made it through selection, you've done a couple of tours to these
Yep.
other places, helping out supplementary forces. You're doing some training,
Yep.
some side by side stuff. You're helping people kind of like get out the door and like
Yeah.
go do some
Yeah.
stuff. What do you get to see combat as Marsoc?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Do you see any combat?
Do you
as
see
Marsoc?
combat as a as a raider? Do you go on a combat tour somewhere?
Yes, but I wasn't working in Marsoc at
That's
the time.
after you met your wife.
Yeah, so
Let's get to that.
I
point.
went to Tunisia. That was fun.
Sorry, I'm not diminishing
Nope.
that. That's fucking
Yeah.
sick.
I
I
went-
want to hit the timeline.
Then
dude.
I went to Mauritania, which is southwest of there. I did 2 deployments to Mauritania.
Is that a country?
Yeah, it's an awful country.
It's an awful country.
Yeah,
He's
see
tapping-
how I spell it.
it's and
Niet-
when I say awful, I mean it's just like Sahara
Mauritania.
Mauritania. There you go.
Yeah, nice, dude.
Oh, right there in Nouakchott. Yep.
Oh, okay. Damn,
Yep.
you did quite a bit of time in Africa, my
Yeah,
man.
I spent a lot of time in Africa.
I've heard it's beautiful.
So, like, do you get sick ever, or did the military
I get
shots
sick
for
all the
all
time.
this cover?
Yeah,
Okay.
I get sick all the time.
sick. I'm just.
Did you get to see like this castle looking thing?
No, I got giardia. I've got dysentery a few times.
Dysentery, just peeing out of your butt, dude. It's the worst.
Yeah, it's a thing. I had parasites from the Philippines.
Yeah, dude. My unit, dude. Funny enough, my unit got dysentery. The whole cop did.
Yep.
And I was on leave. I just happened to be gone the 2 weeks. Like it happened.
Yeah.
And then I came back and it was over. I was like, man, that sucks for you guys.
So like you come back. I assume your wife's Catholic as well. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
So that's how you get to see.
I met her right before I went to Tunisia. And then Mauritania. So at that time in my career, I was transitioning from like heavy ops into more intel related things.
Yeah. Behind the scenes.
Yeah, like wearing local stuff and, kind of sneaking around. I started doing a lot of that, and that's what I did in Mauritania a lot.
Did you have to learn, like you had to go to like deeper
I went to
school?
French school.
Do they do that in Marsoc? Like they teach you a language?
Yeah, if you want. Or if you get directed.
So like in this...
Was French school though, like, was there a lot of French speaking? I assumed like Arabic or Aramaic.
Well, in Mauritania and Tunisia, Mauritania specifically was a French colony, so very English, French heavy.
Okay, very nice.
French will help you more in West Africa than Arabic will.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I feel like northeastern Africa is your heavy...
The language
Arabic.
of love and angry people.
Yeah.
French.
Yeah,
That checks out.
Time in Morocco, time in Senegal down there, a couple other little places.
They speak French in Morocco?
Oh, yeah.
Really? I thought Arabic would have been big.
No, they speak both. I mean, every household speaks both.
They're all
and
dual,
some will speak English.
trilingual.
Yeah, everybody. It's just they grow up speaking it.
We're so stupid here in
know,
America.
I know.
Do you ever, like, now that you're traveled and you've been around, you're like, God damn, we're dumb here.
I just think, I look at it as, well, we got it right. We don't need any other
we
languages.
don't need to be cultured.
Yeah.
We're self-sufficient. Just make China build all our shit, dude. Somebody will speak Mandarin.
So I did a couple of deployments to Mauritania. Halfway through my last one, we got pulled up to Germany. I was in Germany for 3 months in Stuttgart.
How and why did you get pulled?
The program was getting shut down, and we were starting a new program.
in Montana?
Yeah.
Did you get to
Mauritania?
experience Germany?
Oh yeah,
Tour it?
Oh, I went to, me and my buddy Ryan, we went to probably 10 different countries while we were there.
That's so sick, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I was married in between Mauritania trips. I got married.
Gotcha.
And
nice, dude.
I flew my wife over to Germany, and then we took a first class train over to Paris and did a whole week in Paris. It was really cool.
Romantic.
Yeah, yeah.
And you could speak
Nice,
French,
dude.
so I'm
Well,
sure it came off even better.
I could
mumble through it.
quasi
Yeah.
understand French.
Right. You could at least order.
Yeah.
So, so what? I guess, like, dude, what happened? So, is MARSOC the end of your career?
Well, so I was a Marine Raider the whole time, and then after that deployment, I had been kind of looking for other things to do because
Like more intense things?
Well,
or-
I was kind of like, I don't know, like once you do that type of deployment a couple times, you kind of max out in it, right? And I was like, all right, what's next? What's next? That was
Almost
kind of
It becomes
Stagnation.
common.
it's like a common trend with me. All right, what's the next thing? What's the next level? And I was fortunate and lucky, and I was able to take a selection and go up to a special missions unit where I worked for the last 6 years, and from there.
Explain that a little bit. What's a SMU? Special Missions?
SMU, so more of a. I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. It's like a next level or more specific special operations command.
Okay.
Yeah,
Still
a
within
little bit.
the Marines?
No.
No. So you're changing
I
branches?
was a Marine. I was basically like TD or TAD or TDY to a command.
Okay.
Yeah. So I worked with. Administratively, I was still under the Marine Corps, but operationally, I was under this command. And at the command, it was great. I did my only move ever in the military. In 20 years, I moved once, which is unheard of.
That is, in fact, unheard of.
Yeah, and
You are a rare breed, sir.
And I did a couple of deployments over to Afghanistan, where there was a lot of that kind of low vis intelligence types of things,
Right.
you know,
Integrated
wearing-
into society.
Yeah, like the long beard, the long hair, the man jammies.
Yeah.
Did you have to learn Arabic then?
No, hell no. I could never learn Arabic.
Yeah.
If I dedicated 20 years of my life to it, I wouldn't know it.
There's a guy that we interviewed from your brother's bookstore.
Yeah, but he couldn't talk about much of anything. It was strictly intelligence, translator stuff he saw.
But how long did he go to school to learn Pashtunwali?
Oh, it was
Probably a year and a half.
Yeah, at least
a year.
So he was in intelligence, and again, we didn't gain any knowledge.
Sure.
Like we didn't open anything, but we did talk about his time, and I think it was like a year and a half
of college level
books.
learning only the
Oh, yeah.
language and the
Pashtunwali.
different, you know, like, hey, if they say this instead of this, like they're from this region, you had to learn the different dialect.
It's intense.
No,
dude.
I didn't mess with that. I had
But
an
how did
interpreter.
you? So you're
I had an
integrated, right?
interpreter.
Well,
Yeah.
and you're
No,
married,
I lived on a small base in the green zone area.
and your wife
zone.
wasn't allowed
Oh,
there.
no,
No, not in a
I
combat
wouldn't
zone.
take her if she wasn't allowed. That was
She
But
wouldn't be-
like the stakes are so much higher for you in this later 6 years of your military career.
Yeah, it was a different kind of high stakes. You know, like, I mean, being out with 15 guys in open combat is dangerous,
That's
but
one
also
thing,
being, you know, a singleton, or maybe you and your interpreter out in the middle of downtown Kabul driving around in, you know, a soft-skinned Toyota Corolla is a lot different. It's a different level of danger.
If you get nabbed up,
Oh yeah.
you're done.
Oh yeah. It's
You're
over.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different kind of. So what is your average?
Well, you said you did 5 years, like 5 more deployments in that time before you get out.
Yeah. So
I guess what does your average mission look like when you're integrated like that? Like,
It's like 6 months. Like, is that what you're asking? Like time frame?
we did shorter deployments on that. We did probably 3.5, 4 month deployments.
And again, not to like, we're not trying to gain any information from you,
sure.
but like just being, like you said, in the man dress with the weird funny
Yeah.
hat and the beard and
Yep.
now you're rocking maybe sunglasses to hide your.
No, nobody wears sunglasses.
No,
You'd stick out with those on.
So what do you do to like? What does an average mission look like? They're like, hey, there's this dude out here, and you
a lot of it's just kind of
connections.
like reconnaissance, intel gathering, you know, kind of surveillance type operations. Like,
But you not speaking the language, is the interpreter doing most of the work, gaining this knowledge?
No, we're just chatting, and I'm chatting with him, asking him like, "Hey man, what's that? What does that mean?" He'll tell me. And if we get stopped, he's really there. If I get stopped, a lot of it's in vehicles. Like, I wasn't walking around the streets.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. But if you have a couple of guys that are like tallies and they're talking and they're 2 tables down from you at the bazaar and you're just having coffee with your turp,
yeah.
you know what I mean? How does they're talking about something important? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how does he do most of the work there? And he's like, hey man, they're talking about
Yeah, it's like, so if I wanted to go talk to him, right? I'm looking at them talking, they're responding, and he's just being the voice for both.
This
of
is
us type
before
of thing.
AI came out with the micro.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. If I wanted to go and you know, I get stopped at a checkpoint by some police, you know, I'm not saying anything. I'm just like, hey, what's up? And then he's just like, hey, blah 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 blah. Yeah, and then we're out.
Did people not ever? Were you ever, dude? To me, I'd be so scared. Like if I was to interact with some tallies, and I've got my terp, and he's doing all the talking, and I'm not talking.
Well,
it's
yeah,
like,
because you don't know what they're. Well, he's relaying
not
it,
even
but
that.
not
It's
as
just
fast.
it's the fact that they know that I'm not speaking.
Yeah.
They're like, what's wrong with this deaf dumb mute over here?
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's
yeah.
like, what's up with homeboy here with the pale complexion?
Well, if they're already on you talking, they already know you're not from there. I mean,
Really?
we're trying to pass a first look is kind of the standard.
Just
you know,
from
you're driving
afar.
by, somebody sees like, oh, it's just another bearded guy with.
So you're gaining intel less from personnel, but more from like
Lay of the land.
right? Is that safe to say?
yeah, a little mix of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So like fast forward through there, like you get out now,
Yep.
and like I assume since you did 20 years in, you've kind of accustomed to this like on off, like because you go on tour, you come back, you go on tour, you come back. So like you've kind of built an accustom. But like, what was that transition like of like, hey, I'm retired from this?
Still going through it.
yeah, you're only a year out.
I'm a
right?
year. I retired in June last year, so
Were you doing therapy at all in between tours, or did you just get into it?
When my last probably 2 or 3 years of being in the unit, like we were kind of required to talk to a psych at least once a month, just by the nature, by the nature of what we were doing. And I got kind of used to it there. And then,
like in a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
Okay.
I mean, I've had bad experiences with psychs as well. But,
so used to it, but not immune to it. Like you're okay.
And then when I got out, I did it's like, it was free, and it was like a nonprofit that works with guys like me. So it was video Zoom, which it was better than nothing. And I worked with this lady for like a year.
Damn.
And she helped me through a lot of things. And I still talk to a psych or a therapist, I don't know, every 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, it's good.
And a lot of it's just to kind of maintain, to make sure I'm okay. It's not because there's something specific I really need to talk about sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird that like when you go and see them after 2 or 3 weeks and you're like, I'm cool. What's up with you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, how are the kids?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
You're
like, and sometimes it's like you really want to talk to them about something.
You're like, I thought about killing a guy in traffic today.
Yeah.
So, but like that transition out. So like you're like a year and a half out. When do you find mission for? Like, do you come up with the like? Where does that...
So right before I got out, I had met just an awesome person, Sean Georges, and he had kind of introduced me to this idea of, because he was asking me like, hey, what are you going to do when you get out? And I said, I have no idea. And we started kind of communicating, and I came home on leave. We had coffee, and I met him, and he was telling me about Mission First, and I just said, yeah, that sounds awesome. And like, I didn't want to get out and just go right into contracting, which is what all of my friends do.
And that's where like you can go back over and just do
you're basically just like you're
a civilian for hire.
You're a civilian for hire, right?
Mercenary,
essentially. Yeah.
And a nicer word.
Yeah. A contractor is a new word for mercenary, but
what was that movie they put out? It's about the Hillary thing. What was it? 37 hours or whatever? 28? I don't remember.
Was it 13 hours?
13 hours. Yeah. 13 hours. Yeah, it's basically those guys were all contracts.
Yeah, they were all contracts. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think I was really looking. I didn't want to just get into the cycle of going and working some job at somebody I don't care about and some company I don't care about. I was looking
to privatized. It's like you're detached.
I wanted to do something that had purpose, and helping vets out just seemed like a good fit, and it has been. I mean, you
said it before the show, kind of while we were BS and setting up the mics and the cameras and everything, but like we don't do enough for our veterans.
No.
Just as a unit, like the United States of America, like as a country, we do not do enough for our veterans. I think it's common knowledge at this point.
Yeah.
So it's really, really important that we have foundations, like who you're working with, to kind of stand up and be that voice.
It's a big problem, I mean, for 20 years, we're sending guys out to go fight wars. And I mean, and people always think that the biggest problem with vets are combat trauma, when maybe 5% of them saw combat. A lot of it is just ruining their lives with alcohol or drugs or, their lifestyle choices, destroying marriages. I mean, look at the divorce rate in the military.
Well, I think from what I saw with you, when you had Casey's dugout, when we had Casey Cohen on, and you like were on their Instagram, and we saw it, and you guys said like we lose 22 soldiers a day.
Yeah, 22
a day.
It's crazy.
And
surely that's gone up too, because that's been 22 a day for the last decade.
Been. Hopefully, it's gone down, but that's kind of where we're hoping. We're trying to really catch guys and gals before they kind of get to that point of crisis.
And like Brian's. I feel like Brian should like eventually maybe pivot into some career like this, but like I feel like military guys have like they take advice better from somebody that's like been there and done that versus somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about.
All of our programming is going to be peer based, so you're not going to have somebody who doesn't know a shit about combat trying to tell you about how you feel.
That's the fucking worst.
Like you would come and you would talk to somebody like me, and we just get along and talk through it.
That's the worst when you meet a therapist. And they're like, oh, what was it like holding a dude's head? You know,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, nah, you don't get it.
And you talk to him for 2 minutes and like, okay, here's 7 medications I want you to take. And it's
benzodiazepine, Ritalin.
So what's
gabapentin.
Gabapentin. It's like, no, dude. It's like, no, that's not the answer.
What all will the Sanctuary on the Hill like host? Like what all will be on?
What is it? We haven't even talked about the foundation. So what is it?
Mission First is I'm the development director of Mission First. So I'm the chief fundraiser. But I basically do a lot. My wife and I are a tag team partner in this, and she does all our social media. I do all the speaking and the talking and the meeting people and just really getting the awareness out there. We have a fantastic board right now, mostly vets, a few Army, some Marines. We got a couple.
I don't really
Navy.
care for the way you said that.
Yeah,
that's what you said. Some Army.
Yeah, well, we had to get things done, so we got more Marines.
Yeah, we got a couple of turds.
But, and everything from Vietnam all the way down to a guy that's 7 years younger than me.
Nice.
So we have a good spread. Veteran is just the qualification. Just be a veteran.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is just that, as you can probably know some people. I know you know people. These guys that are kind of just. They're just kind of floating. They're kind of lost. They don't have a purpose.
You're talking about me.
Yeah.
All right. Settle down. I didn't know I signed up for therapy today.
Well, I mean, the military gives you a sense of purpose. Like, you know what you're doing.
Man.
You know what you're doing every day. It's for a common goal, a common drive, a mission.
That's what I always tell Brian. I'm envious of like the military. Of like, I didn't go into the military. Like, the military teaches you structure. It teaches you all these like things that like. If you can cope with your experience in the military, you're more set up for like life than somebody that just didn't do anything with their life.
Well, yeah. I mean, and so what we're really trying to do is just trying to get those guys and gals, I keep saying guys back into like, get them back motivated, get them finding that sense of purpose again, give them something to just wake up to and believe in every day. We're going to have a series of programs for that. And it's not just for the vets, for their spouse and their children, because they always get left behind. Always.
Yeah.
Nobody, it seems like the general population you come home from a deployment, you're Mr. Hero, you're so awesome. And your wife, who just was by herself with 3 kids at home.
She's fine.
800 miles from family.
Yeah, she's fine.
You did great. Anyway, I want to talk about your war hero husband, and it's a tragedy.
Right. They're trying to make ends meet, raise kids, all this. Well, just
it's a lot harder job than what I was
communication.
doing. Yeah. And, so we're offering a bunch of different things out here. You can see the renderings, but we're going to have a horse arena for equine therapy, if that's something.
We talked about this. I'm a big equestrian fan. Yeah.
We're going to be doing, there's a lake on it. We're going to be doing fishing and trails and hiking and just being outside. It's out in the middle of 92 acres, right by Bluegrass Fish and Wildlife area off of 69.
Okay, that's Linville area.
That's my territory.
Yeah, like Boonville, Linville kind of area.
Brother, I like that. I like the Bluegrass.
He doesn't like Boonville, but I do.
No, I like bluegrass though.
Yeah,
I'll catch a whole mess of bluegill up there, dude.
Yeah,
I love some bluegrass.
Do you think
if you're at bluegrass, you're like a couple miles from us.
Oh yeah.
ADHD tangent. Were you into hunting before the military? I know you're a hunting guy.
Not before.
Okay.
No, I didn't grow up hunting. I started hunting when I was probably 20 years, right when I joined the Marine Corps. Had some buddies take me out, and I just fell in love with it.
Nice, dude.
And now I'm like,
it's therapy.
It's life saving. That's my chi.
I'm jealous, dude. I need to go.
I'm trying to plug Brian in with some people. He's gonna start butchering meat rabbits at my house this year
because he can't do it. Because he's a fucking.
Yeah, because I pass out.
Oh,
Don't spill the blood.
You can come out with me. I'll be out Saturday trapping beavers.
Brian needs to learn.
Yeah, dude. I'm a big hands-on guy.
I got to introduce you to my buddy Jeff.
If I can pull a liver out and then just, what I'm saying,
just liver
dude?
king.
Get a testicle in my mouth, dude.
Yeah,
raw, right from the beast.
We get after it. It's the foundation just got poured. They're going to start all of the framing on tomorrow.
I think I actually saw that on the Instagram here. Yeah, they were starting.
Dude, I like it. I like it. I love it, dude.
That's it.
Fuck yes. Tearing up ground. That's it's a different feeling. You can look at renderings and you can look at drawings and you can look at hypotheticals and you can talk about it on paper and here's the funny, here's the numbers.
Yeah.
Shake this guy's hand, shake this girl's hand. But dude, when you fucking chew that dirt up,
Yeah.
that's got to be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's fucking happening.
It's just been a lot for a year, and I'm like, finally, it's happening.
Do you like take your
actually
shoes off and ground in it, or are you not that hippie? You know?
No, but I mean, like,
Put my feet in the wet concrete.
it's a major project. I mean, it's major, and the community has
92
just
acres
they've
is
really
huge.
come together and just like been super supportive of us, and
As they should be. Yeah, man.
I mean,
you guys
we're
have
just scrolling. You see the coffee there. Shout out
Yeah.
Zach.
Oh, dude,
Honeymoon,
I
the
love
22
Mr. Parsons,
blend.
dude.
Zach did a blend for us.
Love
And,
Mr. Parsons, man.
just,
Shout out
just
to
a great
Zach.
partner
Yeah.
for us. Love having him around.
What other like Casey's Dugout does it give
Casey
back? What
does
other
help
what
us.
other places could people get like plugged into that maybe like gives some?
So right now in August, it's a weird story. You see the Novix right there. It's a tree stand company.
Okay, nice.
My friend Jeff Klump owns it, and he lives about 10 minutes from me. And he had called me. We had met probably 12 years ago. I hadn't talked to him since, and he called me because he wanted to give some money back to the veteran. He's a Marine as well. He wanted to give some money to help out what we were doing. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome, man. And I'm scrolling through the website because I had never heard of Novix before. And I said, man, you got a tree stand called a Marine, or called a Raider? And he's like, yeah. I was like, man, I am a Marine Raider. If you ever want any help, marketing that.
Let me cop one of those, bro.
And then he was like, let me call you back. And his marketing director called me. And then now you see I'm like the face of the Raider tree stand now.
Nice, dude.
And so this month of August, he's given a percentage of sales and donation to us.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, brother.
So he's just a good dude trying to help out.
Right,
And
we'll have to order some shirts after this episode.
Yeah. They got some cool swag. Yeah.
Damn, boy. Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't know, man.
So like well, I mean, we can always get you in for part 2 to go more in depth, like once the building gets up and the foundation's going. But
we'll
I
have
think,
you out there doing it.
Oh yeah, we'll film
dude.
it there. But we're 2 hours and 15 minutes in, maybe
Holy
minus
smokes.
some cuts.
Yeah.
So like, we'll definitely get you in for a part 2 where we love this sort of
do it,
stuff.
yeah.
And any of your buddies, you can send them our way.
Yeah.
But like on this journey in the military for like 20 years and then getting out and going full in with mission first, like was there ever a moment where you just like wanted to throw in the towel and just be like, I'm done with this?
Yeah.
And like, you don't have to, I mean, you're more than willing to go into detail on it, but we care more about like what pulled you through that. What was your light at the end of the tunnel? Like when everything else was, all hope was lost.
Yeah. It was like shortly after I actually got out, and a lot of realities were coming to light, I mean, everything was changing, and it was just, a lot of just things I'd been avoiding and kind of running away from were catching up to me. And I was at the lowest point, which is why I told you. I mean, I brought you a bottle of bourbon. I quit drinking a little over a year ago.
Thank you for the bourbon, by the way.
And also, congratulations.
Yeah.
Year plus sober,
sober. Yeah.
dude. Good for you, brother.
So I had to make some life changes, and I mean I had to really look at myself. And the only things that really got me through that were first and foremost probably my faith. I mean, I dove headfirst into my faith. I mean, I'm a devout Catholic, and just the great people that I've met along the way that have helped me. And then my wife just being unbelievably strong and being able to just deal with me. There's no way I would be here and be who I am today without her. And she's gone through, God, when I'm talking, a home alone with 3 kids, 800 miles from any family, that's her, times 3 or 4, she's
Brutal.
yeah.
The
she's
cornerstone for you.
She's a savage. Yeah. She takes no prisoners. So, and she's always there to really check my ego too. So
it works out.
we all need to kill our ego every once
I
in a
swear
while.
to God, dude. Sometimes I get too hyped up.
I do that on a float trip
Dude,
once a year.
That's what I like to say. My wife's always there to check me. And even if I'm just feeling good about myself one day, she's there to shit on me real quick.
Yeah,
And
she's
I'm
like,
like,
dude.
all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, I need that though.
Your legs look small today, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. No, dude, I don't know your wife's name. I've never met her, but I'll tell you what, I'm Alex.
Yeah.
Alex. Shout out to Alex, dude.
Yeah.
She sounds like a fucking
And you guys are
beast.
killing it, like as a team, like making
dude.
the dream happen.
This is intense.
We're
man.
all in. I mean, very, very similar to how we even found each other from Casey and Bissy over there. I mean, dude, that's the hardest working man in Evansville, man. I'm telling you. I love that dude like a brother.
That dude's a beast, bro.
Yeah.
Casey's a beast.
It's if I learned anything in my entire life is just if I'm good at anything, I should say, it's like surrounding myself with good people.
just dogs.
Just
Fucking
That's
great
what advice
human-
you would give to like the next
anybody.
generation. Is
I mean,
just-
anything that I've ever gotten or gained or achieved in my life is from standing on the shoulders of just great people that I've surrounded myself by. And like, I give all the credit to them, all the way down to those fire team leaders I was talking about. Like,
And I applaud you for that. We didn't have to even cue you on that. You just kept reiterating, like, it was these junior leaders, and these junior leaders, and these guys right here, and I know them by name. Here's their names.
Yeah.
They grew, they came, they led. Like, dude, you're just a really good dude.
I got a lot of work to do yet, but
we all do, brother.
trying
We
to.
all do, brother. But I'm very, very envious of you. You are, you seem very solid. You're doing some really great shit with, Mission First, the Sanctuary on the Hill.
we're taking off, man.
Pouring concrete. Foundations are coming together. Do we have an ETA on Sanctuary?
So the first two buildings, the lodge and the activity center, should be finished in 8 to 9 months is what we're hoping.
Okay.
Weather dependent, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that big building there, that'll be the activity center, and the lodge will be next to it. And there's going to be some. I mean, it's going to be. We're starting to do stuff now. We're not waiting around. So we're gonna we have something going on with all of the children at Youth First who are children of veterans.
Hell yeah.
So helping those children out, and then we're gonna have a Kids of Veterans fishing tournament out there in
awesome.
October.
Dude,
and
that's gonna be so
We're
sick.
trying to just
build a whole community.
just build it up. And if you haven't followed us, get on there and follow us. I think we're like 8 people away from 1.3K.
Well, and what's cool
Nice,
is so for people out there that don't like, after you like something, you can click this 3 dots and hit invite friends, and you can invite up to 1,000 friends a day.
Thank you for saying that. We were just getting ready to make a post about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's so easy.
Dude, I'd boost so many people's page. It's like all you got to do is for like a week, log on every day and like invite all your friends to like it, and then like, forget about it after a week.
And
of
if
doing
it's
it every day.
something garbage like my podcast, that's one thing. But if it's something beautiful,
I think
like
we've already
this,
we already liked your podcast.
but if it's something like this that benefits people that have already done and sacrifice things that nobody should ever have to do and or sacrifice, there's no excuse. Click the damn button and invite some people, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just too easy. Like, tell some people about this, man. This is great. I'm
And
very excited. This is
you-
this is a really beautiful thing that you're doing.
You ought
Seriously.
to come out and check it out.
I'm very
once we
excited.
get up and
Please,
running.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What is it? 30 minutes away? 100%.
if
dude.
that, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Please, please, please.
Be
And I
happy
want
to
to come
have you
out
out
and gut some ducks or whatever you were
Yeah.
talking about earlier, dude.
We're trapping beavers next week.
Oh, dude, I'll do a beaver right now, bro. That's my gamer tag on Xbox, a beaver hunter.
There you go. There you go.
Not for the same reason.
Yeah,
you get it.
I'm
Different
talking about the
reasons.
aquatic animal.
Yeah. Dude,
Paul, it's been nothing short of a pleasure to get to know you for the
Yeah,
last
man.
like
Thank
2.5
you, guys.
hours.
Yeah.
do you have any questions for us before we put a bow on today?
No, man, let's do it again sometime.
Yeah,
sure.
please.
I
brother,
feel like
please, brother.
20 years. There's a lot of stories in there. It takes up a lot of time, dude.
Dude, I swear to God, and dude, our listeners love a good military podcast, so we're gonna have to have you come back in, dude.
Yeah, more than happy.
Tom, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else, sir?
I think this has been another thrilling episode of the Days Grimm podcast.
My name is Brian Michael Day,
My name is Thomas Grimm.
and this has been Paul. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
brother.
Appreciate it.
All right.